Got the officer number, got the location. That's it.
No courtroom number?
No. I don't know. It's for a traffic ticket.
Yes, understood. And you're probably not in the right courtroom, but I can't tell what courtroom you might be in.
Good morning. What's your name, ma'am?
Stacey Williams.
Okay, you would be with Judge Taylor.
But I don't see the name on the list.
That would be courtroom 337.
337. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
No, Mike's gonna be on Zoom.
You're welcome. No
She's over
problem.
at the county. They called and asked, and, yeah.
Good morning, Christina. I have my Zoom back. It's my
Good morning, Ms. Fields. Good morning.
Good
Okay,
morning.
I think the judge has signed on, so we'll just wait for her to
L I
appear.
G H T.
okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving today as your presiding judge. You are here on this morning because you either have an 8:30 traffic matter or you are a part of the 8:35 docket. I am ready to get started. If there are attorneys that are here for any traffic matters, please check in with my clerk. Good morning in the courtroom, Ms. Mack. Good morning to you and Officer Lott.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, good morning. And if you could check in with my clerk by calling area code 313-965-2280. 313-965-2280. Please check in with the clerk, Ms. Mack, who's serving as our court reporter on today.
Good morning, Judge. It's me, Maya.
Good morning, Maya.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good
All right.
morning.
So glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
All right. And so, Ms. Fields, if you could, would you be able to make sure people get to the appropriate breakout rooms on this morning?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, wonderful. So if I have attorneys, if you happen to see someone sitting in here that's not on my docket, or attorneys or officers, they need to check in with Ms. Mack, and then Ms. Mack, you'll let Ms. Fields know so she can get them in a breakout room so that they're not sitting until the end of my docket, and then we're trying to figure out where people should go and figuring out that people didn't talk to an attorney. All right, wonderful. Give me 1 second. All right, with that, I am going to have the attorneys, please place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, and good morning, Judge. Good morning, courtroom.
Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make a similar motion.
Mr. Fikens, I didn't get your greeting, but give me 1 second, please.
Buenos días, señor Ángeles.
Buenos días.
Yo soy su intérprete. Mantenete en silencio, toca el micrófono, así estás en silencio hasta que te llaman el nombre, ¿ok?
Oh, acabo el micrófono.
Sí, y después cuando te llaman, enciende el micrófono.
Ok.
¿Ok? Bien hecho, ok.
All right, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Judge. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make a similar motion, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. All right, and Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, are there any preliminary matters for my consideration on this morning?
Yes, Judge, thank you. It's been brought to my attention by Mr. Yancey that he has a new intake of Mr. Milton Owens, who is supposed to physically come into the courtroom. When that person comes into the courtroom, I would like to go in a breakout room and talk about the court's order.
All right, wonderful. And so Ms. Mack, when Mr. Milton?
Yes, Judge.
When he enters the courtroom, could you please let the parties know, especially Ms. Fields, who I am making the co-host at this time, let her know so that we are able to get him into a breakout room. All
Yes,
right,
Judge.
all right, wonderful. Any other preliminary matters?
Yes, Judge, I see that the jail is on with Dominique Light. I would like to speak with her in a breakout room for just a couple minutes.
All right, wonderful. Good morning, Ms. Light. Mr. Fikens and Ms. Dominique Light should be placed in a breakout room, Ms. Fields.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, again, if you are an attorney on a traffic matter or you are an officer on a traffic matter, please sign in, check in with my clerk by calling the courtroom at area code 313-965-2280. If you are a defendant on a traffic matter, if you have the ability to place your name on the tagline of your device, please do so. And all defendants will be placed in a breakout room. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I don't know if another attorney is going to be assigned to me today, but one of you will have to go in and talk with the individuals that show up for formal hearings in the event that they do not have their own attorney.
Yes, Judge, thank you. I'll be willing to go into a breakout room. Reviewing the docket today, it appears that all the formal hearings are retained.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Reed.
I can't get off the screen.
All right. I'm going to ask everybody to please place your device on mute. We are in court. Thank you so much. All right, very good. Ms. Fields, if there is someone without a name, if you could reach out to them and I'll let you take care of that, getting their names on and getting them to the right place.
Okay, Judge.
All right, let me know when you're ready for me to start because I know I'm just throwing 100 things at you.
Okay, I'm ready. Well, that was Attorney Fikens and Wayne County in breakout room 1. You want it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, very good. I need Ms. Light to accept your invitation to breakout room number 1. Please keep your device on mute until your case is called. Thank you so much. All right, let's do it. The case managers, I see Ms. Cleveland. Ms. Cleveland, place your appearance on the record, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Good morning. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for specialty court.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Cleveland. Good to see you
Morning.
this morning.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey. Good to see you this morning.
Yes.
All right, any preliminary matters from the case managers?
Yep.
Oh, after you, Mr. Yeah.
Your Honor, I do have a defendant here, Mr. Perrier, that was supposed to be here Friday. He's here today. So he's up here to screen and then I will send him down to the first floor.
All right, and I think you notified me there were some concerns. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, and he needs to go in a breakout room with an attorney.
Yes.
All right, very good. So when he's ready and you all get the breakout room, conference room ready, we'll make sure we start putting individuals in to speak with attorneys, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, any other preliminary matter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cleveland, what about you?
Good morning again, Your Honor. I have 2 individuals that are on the docket today. I have made several attempts to contact them to remind them of this. They have not returned my phone calls. I think I can explain a little bit better when you call their names, but they're in good standing per se. It's just that they're not answering my call, but I was not able to call them until this morning because I was on vacation last week.
Right, but you know, I'm not a real proponent of you all having to call people and remind them of their court dates. That's what we do, children. And I know you all want to be helpful and you all are the case managers extraordinaire. but they have to show up today or they will go into warrant status. I don't want them to believe that if you all don't call them, then somehow they are excused from court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Very good. Thank you for letting me know, though, Ms. Cleveland.
Okay.
All right. If no other preliminary matters, I want to start with, we have Ms. Vivian, who is here as an interpreter. Are we ready on the case that Ms. Vivian is interpreting on this morning?
It's a retained case, Judge. I believe it is a arraignment, and the retained attorney was on the screen at one time, but I don't know if he's here now.
All right.
It's a 9 o'clock arraignment, I believe, Judge.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come back to it a little closer to 9. Thank you and good morning, Ms. Vivian.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and swear you in so that if you have
Okay.
to go in the breakout room, we're in great shape. Let me have you raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words on today as spoken by the parties, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name as well as your qualifications for the record.
My name is Antonia, Antonia. My last name is Vivian, Vivian, and I'm qualified English Spanish interpreter through the state of Michigan.
All right. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you.
We'll let you know.
And
when
I'll
you-
explain to the defendant that we're waiting for his attorney and for his arraignment.
You
Okay.
may do so at this time.
Señor Ángeles, tenemos que esperar a su abogado. Usted tiene su propio abogado contratado, entonces lo tenemos que esperar. Mantenete en silencio hasta que llega. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Vivian. All right. Let's get started with our specialty court docket. Ms. Cleveland, I'll start with you. Who do we have up first?
Your Honor, I do have one phase 3 individual, Mr. Ryan Maslin. He is on today.
Hey, Mr. Maslin, good to see you. Yes.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Well, I sent a text message to the team just informing of what's going on, but I can verbally state it for the record that Mr. Maslin was.
Hold on. Let me place this case number on the record.
Okay.
This is case numbers.
Okay.
I am ready on the following matters. SP 116-62312, case number U597-29921, case number 200-603-1201. Mr. Maslin, please state your full name for me.
Ryan Scott Maslin.
All right. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Judge Holmes, and good morning to the team. It's nice to see you guys today.
Yes, it's good to see you too, Mr. Maslin. I'm going to hear from Ms. Cleveland because she has a preliminary matter regarding you. So, Ms. Cleveland.
Your Honor, just for the record, Mr. Maslin, he looks very well today. Nice to see him. He's showing up. He was slated to graduate. Unfortunately, and it's not a bad thing, it was just a mishap of his community service. He was unable to complete at the initial location. And he did make contact as ordered by the court with Ms. Green to secure a new location, but it just seemed like the location that he's currently with took a long time to establish his community service. So he is in progress, and that's the only requirement he has left to complete. Then he will be able to graduate.
All right. And how many hours does he have left, Ms. Cleveland?
He told me that he completed 13. I don't know exactly how long it took him to do that, but I know that his contact and connection with this new venue only occurred within the last, I'm going to say 10 days, I believe it was. So I don't know how many hours just yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to him more thoroughly. How many hours they're allowing him to perform per week. That's really going to determine his, his completion date and his next court date, I believe. That's going to be the driver.
All right. Very good. All right, Mr. Maslin. So you've got to stay with us just a little while longer, right?
I'm perfectly fine with it. Yeah, I'm happy to do what I need to do. And as it turns out with my community service, it's going really well so far. But it turns out I can only do it on Tuesdays and Saturdays because I'm working for a place called Williams Park in Brightmoor, and they put on events, and they only do those events on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So I've been on it. I've been on Tuesday, last Tuesday, and last Saturday, just 2 days ago, so far. So that's how I've accrued my 13 hours so far. And so it looks like I will need some time to finish, because I do have, I guess it's 27 hours to go, and I'll have to do those on only Tuesdays and Saturdays. And the one other small issue I have is on Tuesday is when I have my group meetings with my therapist, Sarah.
Yes.
So, and last week I had to cancel because I was working all day, and I don't want to have to keep doing that because my group meeting is really important to me. It's critical, in fact, that I'm there for my therapy session on Tuesday. So I guess this coming Tuesday or tomorrow, I'm going to have to either do a shorter number of hours so that I can be home for the meeting, or I'll have to not go tomorrow. I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to call Michael, who's the guy at the park that I'm working for, and we'll get it figured out.
Okay, so Miss Cleveland, I don't want him to miss his group. I heard him say it's critical to his success. And so we can't miss group, even if that means that we need to find a different facility, or it may take a little bit longer to complete your community service hours. And I'll leave that up to you and Ms. Cleveland to come to some consensus and work that out. But I don't want you to miss group at all, especially when you're saying to me that it's critical, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah,
All right.
I don't either. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that information. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Cleveland. So we've got to get that worked out, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Maslin, other than those two things, and thank you for having a good attitude about having to stay a little bit longer, because we need to get the community service hours in. Other than those two things, tell me what else has been going on with you since the last time I've seen you.
Well, I can briefly go through a bit of a trigger event that I had.
Okay.
My cat, who I love very much, he's 13 years old, 13 years and 10 months old, got really sick recently. And it turns out he has congestive heart failure, and he nearly died. He was barely breathing a couple weeks ago, and he has a really good vet, and we were able to rush him to the vet, and he had to go to a series of vet appointments where they had to do chest x-rays and a whole bunch of tests, blood work, and all this other stuff, but they managed to save his life. And I'm so grateful, because I can't express to you how important he's like my child. I don't have kids, so my cat is like my child. And so I just can't express enough how grateful I am to my vet, who took such good care of him. And I will honestly say that on the day that I found out that he had congestive heart failure, and I asked what his odds were when my mom and I were at the vet, he wasn't optimistic at first. He said, you know, it's probably no greater than 50-50. And that may have been the hardest day so far of my recovery, to be completely honest. I wanted to go get high so bad. I'm just being completely honest. It was so tough for me, and I knew that I needed to talk to Sarah, my therapist. That was my initial instinct, was that's all I wanted to do. Was I knew that no matter what happened, I had to talk to Sarah, and I had to talk to her as soon as possible. And I relayed the story to Miss Cleveland as well. So I reached out to Sarah, and she came through for me in spades. She talked to me just on the phone, on her personal cell phone. You know, she just talked to me on the phone for a little while, and we talked about my cat, and we talked about the fact that I was being triggered so badly. And she really got me through it, and everything started to get better after that. It was a couple days later that I got the news that he was doing significantly better. And since the first visit that we had, he's improved a whole lot. He's pretty much bounced back. He's on medication now, and it's working very well. He has no more fluid in his lungs. He's had a second chest x-ray. He's looking really good. So it was really tough. It was definitely the biggest challenge I've had so far. But I think I handled it well. And so I thought I would relay that story to you, because I think it's quite pertinent that the court hears things like that.
Absolutely. Listen, Mr. Maslin, thank you for sharing that story. Also, listen, I am so proud of you that you reached out and you utilized the resources that are available to you. You could have used, and
Yes.
you would have probably felt justified because your cat is a part of your family. And as I say to people all the time, death and things like that, tragedy, unexpected, can make us go backwards, right? Even when we're doing excellent, it can make us go backwards. And so I just applaud you for picking up that phone. I applaud you for reaching out and getting the help that you needed. And I'm so glad that your counselor was able to help you to get you off the ledge so that you can continue to walk in your recovery. So great job. And I also want to let you know that the method that you use to counter the trigger is one that will be available to you for a lifetime. You should always have a sponsor. You should always have a group of people that are working toward the same goals that you're working toward, that you can go to a meeting or you can pick up the phone or what have you. That is a part of recovery. That is a huge part of recovery. And so I'm proud of you, Mr. Maslin. Thank you for staying on track.
Sure. And I know I've always said in the past when we've talked in court, I've always said, I know that I can reach out to this person. I know that I have that person in my corner. I always said those things, and I knew they were true. But in having to exercise that fact, I feel like I've taken a maybe significant step forward in my recovery, because I always knew from the beginning that that's when recovery, when you're balanced on the edge like that, that's when, and it can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's the most important time for you to utilize the tools that you have available and the things that you've learned in recovery. So I think it actually walking that path for the first time, having to reaching that crossroad, I guess I'll say, shows me that I can do so in the future when I need to. And I know that I will, because life's full of all sorts of challenges like that that we come up against. And I know I'll have many more throughout the course of the rest of my life. And recovery is a lifetime objective. It never ends.
It never ends. You are,
and I don't want it. I wouldn't want it to end either.
That's right.
I think that's important to mention.
That's right. And I hope that everyone in the courtroom, that you're engaged and you're listening, because he's giving some tidbits and some information that will be helpful for you on your journey, even after you finish with the court system, because triggers are always going to be around us. And sometimes you don't even know what's triggering, right?
Yeah, or sometimes it's just you wake up one day feeling perfectly good and you find out something like I did, like all of a sudden your cat or your dog or your child is sick and you didn't expect it. You weren't prepared for it. You weren't planning on it, but all of a sudden that's what you have to deal with. And what you do in those next moments, I think, is critical.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Miss Cleveland, what do you want to tell me by way of update for Mr. Maslin? He's doing well. And even just hearing his story on this morning, and I'm so glad he shared it with us, is even more indicative of he's there. He's on the right path and he's ready to continue to work and to walk in his recovery. Ms. Cleveland?
Your Honor, that is very well stated. I do appreciate that Mr. Maslin shared his story. He did tell me about it. I have a family member who just went through a simultaneous situation as far as her pet, and it came out with a positive result as well. So I'm very, very happy and pleased that these things are happening. But we still have to prepare ourselves for life. And I think Mr. Maslin has put himself in a good position now to handle anything that might arise for him as far as his loved paw baby. But he did tell me about him, and I'm glad to hear about this. Your Honor, no other updates besides that. He's doing a great job. I've stated this before, that if there is a near perfect, if that could be used, progress in this program, Mr. Maslin has exhibited those traits and those characters that are necessary to be successful here and beyond. So I am very proud of him as well. I want him to stay connected with me. Your Honor, I would like to give a next court date, if that's okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, because he's still working and we're going to work together regarding his community service, I believe that September 8th, 2022, having a face-to-face at 10:35 a.m. will allow me time to update and apprise the court of what his standing is at that time. The 5th, which was actually 4 weeks from now, is a holiday, so that's why I had to move him to the 8th.
Okay, all right, very good. We can work with that date. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Maslin?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, good report. You're so close to completing the program. You've done an excellent job. I remember when you first came in and I went over the court's order, you said you could do it, and you've been doing it. Keep up the good work. I wanted to ask you, have you stopped smoking yet? How's that going?
Smoking update. Forgot about this. Yes. Yes. When my cat got sick, my mission to quit smoking took a significant step backwards. That was the one crutch that I did lean on. Obviously I didn't use and things like that, but I had to smoke a few cigarettes, a few more than I normally do even, to get through it. Since then, I'm back on track, and I started taking Chantix, which hopefully is going to be the final step for my quitting. So I have about, I just started about a week ago. And so I think I have you can kind of like smoke, you can smoke a little bit when you start taking Chantix. So I'm still smoking like about a cigarette a day, and I have a few more days for that. So probably within 3 or 4 days, I will say smoke my final cigarette for the rest of my life within a couple of days from now, hopefully.
Let's do it. There
Good
you
work.
go.
Good work.
Yeah.
Great work. Great
Thank you.
work. Very
Yeah.
good. Yes, very good. All right. Thank you all for celebrating Mr. Maslin.
And smoking, let me tell you something else. Smoking cigarettes is such a brutal addiction. I have no trouble with like the fact that I'm no longer using drugs. I love the fact that I don't use drugs. I love being sober, and it's not difficult on a daily basis. It can be difficult in the moment for sure, but it's something that I've found to be, it just gets so much easier. Smoking, there's something so insidious about the nature of the nicotine addiction, because it just clings on so hard. It's so difficult to put down the cigarettes, and I don't understand why. But I will say it's maybe even a greater challenge to me than remaining sober in terms of using drugs.
Wow.
So it's a huge battle. It really is. Wow. I mean, I'll be clear. It's a huge battle. And when I win it, not if I win it, but when I win it, I will certainly let you guys know.
Yes, sir. And I hope some young person is watching today, someone who's contemplating picking up cigarettes. If you haven't picked them up, don't do it. That's
Right.
what I'm hearing Mr. Maslin say, don't
Mhm.
do it. All right,
Yep.
Mr. Maslin. We are all set. I'm very proud of you for the work that you're doing. Continue to work hard. You have certainly encouraged me on this morning. You and Ms. Cleveland will get together and work out how you will complete your community service. But no missing groups, Ms. Cleveland. You all work that out, but not missing groups. And so with that, Mr. Maslin, I am going to thank and excuse you. I believe he's the only phase 3 person we have on today. Is that correct?
Yes, for me, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Maslin, hold on for 1 second while I complete the remainder of the phase 3s, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Good to see you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. Good to see
All
you.
right. All right. Mr. Yancey, do you have a phase 3?
Yes, Your Honor, I have Nicole Colbert.
All right, Ms. Colbert, where are you? There you are. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great.
Very good. If you are an attorney checking in on a traffic matter, please call my courtroom clerk at area code 313-965-2280. 313-965-2280. Please call my clerk and check in so that we can get you in a breakout room with the city's prosecutor, Mr. Rosenthal, who is on the screen this morning. I am going to continue working my specialty court docket. Good morning to you, Mr. Rosenthal.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I would just like any attorneys I need in the breakout room or officers just to get them in there, and then I'll start working with them.
All right, please, Ms. Fields, if you could facilitate that, that would be great.
Okay, and I sent a few chats. Do you want them to let me know now, Judge?
No, they could just take all of the attorneys and place them in the breakout room with Mr. Rosenthal, Attorney Rosenthal.
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. All right. Let me know when I can start.
Okay, 1 second, Judge.
No problem.
This is Neil Brand. Can you put my interpreter in the breakout room when I have an interpreter? I don't know. I guess, oh, the client wouldn't be in the breakout room. Forget it. Eventually, I'll need a breakout room with the interpreter.
Okay. Okay, Madam Interpreter, I'll put you in breakout room 3. And when the attorney is available, I'll put him in there.
Señor Ángeles, vamos a ir a un cuarto virtual, el número 3. Is he going to be going in there automatically or does he have to follow a prompt?
He has to follow a prompt for breakout room 3.
Okay, vas a ver una invitación en su pantalla y tenés que ir cuando se ve en la pantalla.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, I think I'm ready.
Okay. And then Ms. Mack, could you update me as you usually do by way of text as to the expected arrival of the prosecutor for Ms. Light? Okay. All right.
Judge, if I may, preliminary, I understand that the new intake is in the courtroom. If I could go into a breakout room with the new intake, Mr. Milton Owens, if he's.
Sure. Breakout room 4.
All right. Have we set up the conference room for the in-person defendants?
I'm sorry, Judge, were you speaking to me? Sorry.
Yes, have you all set up? Has anyone come down to set up the conference room for the in-person defendant?
No, I can go and set it up, Judge.
Okay. All right, case managers, y'all, you have to remember when y'all have folks coming in, help Miss Mack and the officer out because they are doing 100 things in the morning, including the 50 that I asked them to do just before court starts.
Okay, Judge, Attorney Reed said Milton.
Yes, they're gonna do the conference room and he's going to be an in-person defendant. And so you'll send the conference room to breakout room number 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as soon as they get it done. But until it's done, we're gonna keep going, okay?
Okay.
All right. May I proceed?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. I have for Miss Colbert, case number Z800-891. 1 second. We have everything going on this morning. One.
Okay. Attorney Fikens,
Yes,
do you know if Selena usually put the officers in with the attorneys as well?
not usually. Usually the officers just go in with the prosecutor.
Oh, okay.
But although I saw that
I did
Mr.
put,
Rosenthal might have suggested otherwise.
okay.
So we'll need to talk to him if he really wants everyone to be in the same room.
And who's usually the prosecutor?
Mr. Rosenthal, he's back
Okay.
there.
Okay. I sent Attorney Fikens and Attorney Reed a couple chats, like
Oh, okay.
in between if you want me to do anything.
No, I've been in breakout room number 4, but I'm still waiting for my client, Mr. Owens.
Okay, Attorney Reed, yep, I was waiting for the conference room to sign
Yes,
on.
yes, the conference room.
Okay,
Ms. Mack is doing that right now. It says in-person dependence.
okay, yeah. Ms. Mack.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Owens has just appeared in the courtroom, but we have directed him upstairs to the 3rd floor first before he's coming back down here.
Okay.
Sounds good,
Also-
officer.
Officer Lott, he's not in the courtroom yet, Mr. Owens.
He just showed up in the courtroom. I redirected him up to the 3rd floor, and then he'll be back down here again.
Okay, thank you. Officer Lott,
Yes,
is Mr. Puryear in the courtroom?
no, he has not shown up yet.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I'm not sure, is the judge on record?
No.
Okay.
Oh, she's not.
Miss Mack, are you there?
She's waving. She's in a.
Oh, she is? Okay, so Shannon is going to be ready in give her about 20 minutes and she's gonna come in on the probation. The one that we have right now, up that you guys needed. So it should be momentarily.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go back into, I believe it's breakout room 2.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna find out who the person is on the iPhone. Person on the iPhone, the unidentified iPhone. Person on the iPhone that is unidentified. Good morning, what's your name?
Zaidan Al Bahia.
Okay, let me look for it on the docket and rename your device. One moment.
First one, Ms. Fields, first name.
Okay, thank you so much, Attorney Fikens.
Is it retained Attorney Fikens?
Yes.
And I don't see, have your attorney signed on yet? Mr. Alba?
I'm not sure. I did speak to him. He told me, "Have you logged on yet?" I did say yes to him. I text him back. I don't know if he's on or not.
Okay, well, let's see if he's in the breakout room. That's Attorney Murad.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he is on. He's in the breakout room. Okay, you can just stand by, place yourself back on mute.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Farkas,
Yes.
can we go back in the breakout room? I got one more question. I'm sorry.
Ms. Fields, that's a request by Dominic Light to go back in a breakout room with me.
With who, Attorney Fikens, with you?
Yes.
Okay, you want to go to breakout room 5?
Okay, if you can invite me there.
Okay. I will. Right. One moment, it's late. All right, just click join. Put you in 5. Oh, I'm sorry, I put Mr. Reed instead of, I'm sorry. Mr. Fikens, I'm putting you in there now.
Okay.
I'm in breakout room number 4.
I'm sorry, Mr. Reed. You could disregard that, Attorney Reed.
Yes, I got the invitation for 5, but I knew it was for Mr. Fikens.
Yes, thank you. Where are you, Attorney Fikens? Okay, you are in 1. Okay. All right, you should be good
Thank
now.
you.
Attorney
Yep,
Fikens.
I
You're
got it.
welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Fields.
Is conference room ready yet for you, Attorney Reed? Let's see.
I don't think the defendant is back in the. I'll go to 4 and see. I'll go to 4 and see.
Okay.
Neither defendant is in the courtroom yet.
All right. Okay, it's Monday and it's specialty court. And so everything special is going on this morning. My apologies to you, Ms. Colbert. I'm going to now read your case numbers into the record.
No problem.
All right, case number Z8000891 and case number Z8066271. State your full name for me, Ms. Colbert.
Nicole Juanita Colbert.
All right, Ms. Colbert, you're doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. You look good, Ms. Colbert.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, how's that new job going?
It's going great.
Okay, you still like it?
I think I like it more than when I first started because it was like a whole lot of training.
Okay.
But it's gotten much easier.
Very good. Very good. How are the babies?
They're good.
They're
the baby
doing
just
good.
turned 4
Oh my goodness.
on the 3rd. Yeah, so he's getting bigger. He'll start preschool in the actual school at the end of the month. And then my oldest, he'll be going to a new school as well because he's going to the 6th grade. So.
Oh, you're gonna have a middle schooler.
Yes.
Oh
I'm
my
ready.
goodness. I hope you are ready, ma'am. I hope you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. So.
All right. Ms. Colbert, I know you're with us. You're doing well. I've not received any issues or concerns. How are you doing with working on getting to the finish line of your program?
Well, Mr. Yancey says today was possibly my last day because I finished my arms program. I sent him the certificate, but the only thing is I have a civil infraction, 1 ticket that I was hoping could be waived through the court because I thought it was included in my actual drug court case. Like I remember in the beginning you had asked me, was there any other tickets that I had to include?
Right, but civil infractions are, unless they're part of the bigger plea package. Ms. Mack or Mr. Yancey, what does she have outstanding?
Your Honor, to my knowledge, it is just 1 ticket.
When was it issued? Do you have that information, or Ms. Mack, can you look it up and see what she has left over?
Yes, ma'am, I'll look right now.
All right, let's see what you have left over. While she's doing that, what else is going on with you, Ms. Colbert? You sitting outside today?
I like to sit outside when it rains for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
But just working and taking care of the boys. That's just about it. I mean, my mom going now, so I don't have to, that was taken away. So I just been about me and the boys and working.
All right, and you're
Thinking
still
about going back to school because my job pays for my schooling. So,
Miss Colbert, listen, just in case today is your last day, and let me get my fuss in right now. Anytime there is an educational opportunity and the word free is attached to it, take advantage of it.
Okay.
Yes.
I gotta try to work that in my schedule, but I believe once the boys go back to school, I'll be able to have a little bit more wiggle room.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Because I know they offer weekend school, holiday school, night school, morning school, in-state school. I mean, if you want to go to school, these universities and colleges, they have a way of getting it done, right?
Right.
Might take you a little bit longer, but so what? You're here anyhow.
Okay.
So I'm encouraging you, if your job says I'm going to pay for it, I'm encouraging you, take advantage of it, okay?
Okay. And I'll be keeping in touch with you guys too. So you'll be hearing updates.
Please, ma'am, please. Yeah. We like good stuff. All right, Miss Mack, did you find out anything?
Yes, Judge, I did find that civil infraction. And it would be $116. It was for blockading traffic that happened in 2015.
Okay. And so place the case number on the record, Miss Mack.
Okay, yes, ma'am. It's SP 425-3711.
All right, and that's a blockading traffic. Okay, can you play the $116 today? It's in the
Well, I
same page.
was gonna go into work today, but I can try and get down there.
No, you can do it online.
Oh, I would have did it last week.
Come on, Miss Colbert. I want you to complete
I
today.
didn't know I could pay it online. Well, how do I do that?
All
36.
right, this is what I need you to do, because I need to keep moving my docket. Call Miss
Okay.
Matt. Miss Matt, give her instructions on how to pay online, get it paid, come back on, Miss Matt. Let me know that she's gotten it paid, and then we're gonna close her out today.
Sounds great.
All right.
And
So
can I
let's
have
go
Miss
to that.
Mack's number?
Yes, ma'am. It's 313 965 2280.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yes,
I'll see
ma'am.
you in a
We'll
minute.
come back to you. We'll recall you.
Okay.
All right. We'll do it today, Mr. Yancey. All
That
right.
sounds great.
Mr. Yancey, do you have any other phase threes?
Yeah, and Mr. Griffin has some phase threes that are on here.
Okay. Who do we have?
We have Michael Rhodes. We have Michael Rhodes, Brandon Gilkey, and Michael Lamar.
All right. Very good. Phase three, you all have to stay on until I finish. And so I'm going to start with Mr. Rhodes. Let's do it. And I hope that you all are staying engaged as well. All right, let's do it, Mr. Rhodes. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I will not complain.
Don't do it. I won't either.
I'm gonna stay humble and grateful.
There you go. You might as well, right? You'll live longer. Yes, you will.
I'll get too much gray as it is.
I hear you. Let me place your case numbers on the record: 200-619-3402 and SP 111-50292. Mr. Rhodes, state your full name for the record. Mr. Rhodes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
State your name for me.
Michael Laverne Rose.
All right, very good. You are in phase three. Tell me something good. What has happened to you that's been good since the last time I've seen you?
Well, Your Honor, I have to totally be honest with you.
Okay.
I had a family member just got killed.
Oh,
and
no.
we buried him this Saturday. And we was very close. It's my oldest sister's twin son. And the disease of addiction pondered and pondered and pondered at me for a drink. And I absolutely remembered the pain. Also used my coping skills at the same time. I called a lot of my recovering addict friends. And most of all, I looked at where I am now.
Yeah.
And what I've gained and what I've got to lose. Also the risk of my health.
Yeah.
And I was able to meditate, take an inventory, and also appreciate the given things have been provided for me to be useful in this program.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a sad thing seeing my nephew in the casket on how he died, but it was also knowing that he's in God's hand and must have no understanding of what date we're leaving here. And I had to really accept it. I had to move on. And also at the end, I had to be grateful that, you know, my life was spared. You know what I'm saying? All that I have been through. And, you know, I was real grateful from it, but you know, I grieved, I processed it. I also felt sad. But after being around family at the Passover, I felt pretty good about myself. Felt pretty good to be around my family because they was very, very most positive at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was at my mother at the burial site, got to holler at her, got to see what this. So it was a blessing. I'm gonna say it was a blessing.
Yes.
Being able to still be here and look how have God did for me and spared my life.
Yes. Mr. Rhodes, thank you so much. First of all, I want to tell you that you have our condolences in the loss of your nephew. And of course, you'll be in our thoughts. And Mr. Rhodes, I also want to point out to you the strength, the internal strength that you have to not use in spite of or in the face of. I hope you're not driving. Now you're gonna make me.
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Now y'all know I am a bona fide snitch. I have a card and everything with my picture on it. I'm a bona fide snitch.
I apologize, Judge. I was at the drive-through and I just got off of work and I'm trying to do too many things at one time, but I am.
Over. You can't talk to me and be a driver.
I'm over now. I'm over now.
Yes, sir. I will testify against you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Listen, Mr. Rhodes, I hope you see the internal strength that you have, that when life happens, the unexpected, the tragic, that you have a place you understand and remember that you have a place that you can go, a phone you can pick up, people you can tap into so that you don't have to do the worst thing, like pick up and use again. And so I'm really glad that you made that realization. Very, very proud of you. And I want to encourage you to keep going. You are almost at the finish line. Keep going.
Judge Holmes, it was so, how can I say, it was so miraculous identifying where I came from and where I'm at now. It have made me motivate myself to even push farther because I know tragedy, life itself is going to show up. And these are challenges that I'm going to have to deal with soberly.
Yes, sir.
And I can remember the past that I didn't want to deal with them. I wanted to medicate them. And no longer medicate is not a objective. Medication is not an excuse anymore.
That's right. That's right. I'm proud of you, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you. I'm actually proud of myself at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm joining with you. How about that? We together on that.
Amen.
All right. All right. Mr. Yancey, I know you're covering for Mr. Griffin on today.
Yes.
Is there anything you wanted to add? If not, let's get a return to court date for Mr. Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't want to add too much other than, he's in phase 3 and he's having phase 3 challenges. And it seems like we're just happy that our people are using everything that we put in front of them to get through, to survive the triggers. That was a big one. And we applaud Mr. Rhodes, Your Honor. We want to give him a new date. And it will be, according to Mr. Griffin, it'll be August 29th of this year for a phone-to-phone, Your Honor.
So it'll be scheduled at 10:35 a.m.?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Rhodes, I want to encourage you to hang in there. Hang in there. You're doing a great job. Anything from any of the other team members asked to Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Condolences, sir. Sorry for your loss. You're doing a great job. We know it's not easy. Keep up the good work, sir, and be safe. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, sir.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Mr. Rhodes, you are doing a great job. You're steady. You keep the ball rolling. It's so good to see you and how you've progressed throughout our time together. Keep up the great work, sir. We're proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Mr. Rhodes, I'm going to have you hang in there just for a few more minutes. I have 2 more people I need to do, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hang in there. Thank you. Let's go to Mr. Gilkey. I have case number 200-568-4301. Mr. Gilkey, unmute and state your full name, please.
Brandon Gilkey.
Good morning, Mr. Gilkey. How are you this morning?
I'm all right.
All right, you're phase 3, Mr. Gilkey. Tell me what's going on with you.
Just continuing the program. Working. Same old, same old.
Nothing's different?
No, everything's going fine. I have that, the smart start in my vehicle.
That is different. You have your interlock from Smart
Yeah.
Start. How is
Yeah.
that going?
It was difficult at first, but it's hard.
Okay. Are you doing it now? You have the hang of it now?
Yeah. I guess one day I had started my car, hopped out, went back in the house, and ended up locking up on me, not knowing, because they just basically installed it and go through it thoroughly with me. But other than that, I haven't had any problems after that. So I got it down pat.
Wonderful. How does it feel to be driving legally again?
Good.
Just good?
It's good.
Okay, good and a smile. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
take that. Good and a smile. Listen, I asked that because I just want to remind everybody, those driver's licenses, the ability to drive is a privilege. And it's easy to lose. It's hard to get back, right, Mr. Gilkey?
Yes.
It is. It's hard to get back. So I want you, Mr. Gilkey, to make sure not only do you follow the directives of this court, but please make sure that you follow the directives of Smart Start. Because if you don't follow their directives, you're going to have some issues, okay? So I don't know. So everybody needs to mute, please. Please mute. Miss Fields, could you go through the list? And if there's somebody that's not muted, I don't know, it might be Mr. Gilkey.
I think it is.
All right, that's okay. And so, Mr. Gilkey, because you're gonna have some issues if you're not following Smart Start's rules, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I need you to make sure you're doing that, all right?
All right.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions, any concerns on this morning for the team?
No, ma'am.
None? All right,
No.
Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Gilkey?
Your Honor, we also want him to come back on August 29th at 10:35 for a face-to-face.
Okay. Did you get that, Mr. Gilkey?
Yes.
All right, team members, anything asked to Mr. Gilkey?
Yes, Judge. Just keep up the good work, Mr. Gilkey. You're doing a great job. We're proud of you. We know it's not easy. Stay safe, sir.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Fikens, if you're saying something, you're muted.
I just wanted to say, I echo the words of Mr. Reed, and you're doing a great job. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, we are. All right, Mr. Gilkey, I'm gonna have you mute. I'm gonna do Mr. Lamar, and then I'm going to release all of our phase threes, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Let's do it, Mr. Lamar. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor and staff.
All right, let me place your case on the record. It's Z8067021. State your full name for me, Mr. Lamar.
Michael Lamar.
All right, Mr. Lamar, how are you today? Another phase three.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just a little down, that's all.
You said you're a little down?
Yeah. They went up over half what I was paying on my rent, a little bit. So I don't want to move, so I'm paying right now. This towards time for a house.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's too much to be written right now,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And,
Okay, but you're handling it?
Yeah, I'm handling it. Just what I gotta do. I don't want to move, but I'm not going to say that.
Keep your voice up for me. You're fading out at the end. I'm sorry. You said you
no,
don't
I
want to
was
move.
saying,
But
yeah, but it's just too much to be paying to be ready. For me anyway. I would rather buy a house.
okay. All right, Mr. Gilbert.
Yeah, and yes, Mr. Gilkey or Lamar or
I'm Lamar. I'm sorry.
okay, no, cool, no problem. Yeah, so and I haven't talked to my daughter since her birthday. She's overseas, so I missed her call over the weekend. And I just on my phone, no checking, see if she left me the messages. So just waiting to try to, once I hear her voice, I'll feel better.
Okay, that can be quite stressful. You haven't heard from your daughter and you don't know how to contact her command or anything?
that was my next move after that. To sometime today. Well, if I don't hear from her sometime a little bit later today, I'll do that. So,
Okay, she's not gonna be happy with you that you did that, but tell her that's
yeah.
okay. We don't care that she's not happy. We give you permission to be a father, okay?
Right, right.
Yeah. Let's hope she reaches out today, okay?
Yeah. I said I missed her phone call over the weekend, so you know, we normally do a video chat, you know.
Okay.
She's just probably busy working or something, you know.
All right. And so, Mr. Lamar, you've given me 2 stressors. Somebody went up on your rent really high and you haven't talked to your baby. How are you handling these stressors?
Just you know, staying focused, you know, staying busy, you know, through binge watching shows and stuff like that. Just staying out the way. You know,
All right. Are you talking to any of your counselors or anybody?
oh well, yeah, I got a good, you know, oh yeah, I talked to Mr. Griffin. You know, like I said, I'm gonna have to start. He gonna have to start charging me extra. So nah, but you know, I got a a good couple of coworkers who's going through the same thing. You know, we kind of stick together on that. So it's good. Always good to have someone like that.
All right. And so you're not still connected to any services
Services?
as far as your counseling or therapy?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Yancey, I know Mr. Griffin oversees this case. I need you to make a note. He doesn't need to. I'm not suggesting, Mr. Lamar, that you're going back to therapy or anything like that. But in this program, there is a continuum of care that should follow every individual, even after they leave the program. We make a recommendation to you. We can't make you go, but we should have you connected to service because life is going to continue to happen. And we want to make sure we're not setting you up to fail. That continuum of service may look like anything. It may look like going to a meeting once a week, or it may look like just picking up the phone and talking to you have a recovery coach. It can look like, and I'm just throwing some things out, but we'll have your counselor determine what your continuum of care should be. Okay.
Yeah, I do go see my group. I still go to Better Way of Life, you know. So I mean,
okay, so you do. You see, you about to get Mr. Griffin in trouble. Don't be doing that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, so you still go to group.
Yes.
Okay, and are you talking about any of these things, or will you talk about any of these things in group?
Well, yeah, of course, but I don't really, you know, like I said, I don't feel like doing nothing right now. I want to talk to my daughter.
You do what? I'm sorry.
I said this was, yeah, I do, but like I said, of course it'll make me better, but I just want to talk to my daughter. It's gonna a whole lot better. You know, but yeah, I mean, I'll bring it up to the group. Sure.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Do you have any questions or concerns that you need to raise with the team on this morning?
No, Your Honor, that pretty much covers everything.
All right. Mr. Yancey, is there anything else you want to add as to Mr. Lamar?
Not much, Your Honor. I just want to let Lamar know, going to that group is great. See if you can get a sponsor where there's one person that you really connect with, that you trust, that you can reach out to one-on-one when things are going on. Sorry about that rent going up. That's absurd, but hang in there. I'm sure you'll talk to your daughter soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. What's next for Mr. Lamar?
Yes, Your Honor. We want him to, on 8/29 of this year, have a face-to-face with us at 10:35, Your Honor.
All right. August 29th at 10:35. Did you get that, Mr. Lamar?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right. Anything from any of the other team members asked to Mr. Lamar?
I think Mr. Lamar sent me a message and he has a gentle announcement that he'd like to make. So he
I
tried
did.
to run it through me first, but
I couldn't hear her.
I know.
Yeah.
Go, Mr. Lamar, there's something you want to announce?
Oh no, well actually it was I was listening to one of your clients earlier, and if they're interested, my neighbors have some kittens that he's trying to get rid of. They're free yards. So,
Oh.
I think it was Ryan, I believe.
Mr. Maslin.
Mr.
Okay.
Maslin, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was it. If you're interested, pretty sure his cat is good.
Yes. All right. Very good. I'm glad to hear that you all are listening. And that's the whole purpose. Listen, that you all may be able to help each other. So thank you, Mr. Lamar. Thank you. And that's for and that could be for anybody that's looking for a pet, right? Your neighbor has some kittens that they're giving away. All right. I'm scared of cats. So, Mr. Lamar, I won't be contacting your neighbor. I don't do no cats now. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No cats. Don't even watch them on TV. Can't even look at it. Horrified of the cats. Okay. Yes. Now you know a little bit more about me. Yeah. Horrified of cats. All right. So, Mr. Lamar, you have your date. Listen, Miss Colbert, before I release phase 3, did you go on and pay?
I did.
All right, Miss Matt, you good to go?
Yes, Miss Colbert is good to go. She called me and told me she made her payment, and I checked, and it's clear. She's good.
Come on, Mr. Yancey. We are ready to release Miss Colbert today. I need to look at Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. The 2 matters that she's here on today. One is dismissible. The other one is eligible to be closed with improvement. What is your motion? Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Judge. We'd move to dismiss one of those matters, Your Honor, and close the other one with improvement. And congratulations, young lady. That's great news.
Absolutely.
Now, which one is the one with improvement? What's the difference between the 2?
The OWI. The legislation does not allow us to dismiss drinking and driving related offenses.
They stay on the record. Yeah.
Well, no, Mr. Fikens, you may want to have some conversation with her because I'm not about what the legislation says now about getting those things removed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I just can't do it through this program. I don't have the authority to do it. Okay. All right, but you're in great shape. You're leaving us with no outstanding matters.
And my birthday is on Friday. This is like the best birthday present ever.
Yes.
And I have to go and oh my goodness. Thank you
yes,
guys.
ma'am. But listen, I want you to take with you everything that you've learned, okay?
I will.
Apply it. The things that you all learn in this program are applicable to life in general, believe it or not. And so I need everybody in the courtroom to join me. I'm granting your motion, Mr. Fikens. Join me, everyone, in celebrating Miss Colbert on her successful completion of problem-solving court. Congratulations, Miss
I never
Colbert.
thought this day would come.
Yes, ma'am, it's here. It's here.
Wow.
Listen, we don't throw you away because you have completed our program. We are here. Should you need us, you can pick up the phone. You don't have to go out and get in trouble. You can pick up the phone. You can dial into the courtroom. You can walk into the courtroom. We will help you. We will encourage you. And we'll push as much as we can without a court order. But we are still here. Okay?
I appreciate that.
All right. Wonderful. If nothing else, I am thanking and excusing all of my phase 3 participants. You all are free to leave. Enjoy the rest of your day. For the remainder, I need to, for everybody else, I need to switch to traffic for a moment because I had an 8:30 docket and I need to call those matters. And then Miss Walker, I'm going to do Miss Light. I don't know if you need to talk with Mr. Yancey or the case manager, whoever the case manager is. Today for Miss Light, I'd like you to speak with them so you can know where we are. Okay.
That'll be Mr. Farmer.
Oh, Mr. Farmer. Where's Mr. Farmer? I thought I saw him.
He's on the screen.
There's Mr. Farmer. All right, Mr. Farmer and Miss Walker need to connect. So then when I call that case, we'll all be on one page. All right, or not, and we'll be clear. All right, very good. Don't leave us for long though, Miss Walker, because I'm gonna call you.
She's going to Zoom in, Judge. She's going to log in.
All right, very good. And then Ms. Fields can put them in the breakout room. All right, let's do it. I don't see the interpreter anymore. So if you have a traffic matter, please come on. I hope that you have spoken with the prosecutor by this time. I hope so, and that you have checked in with my clerk. If you have not checked in with my clerk, you're gonna have to wait till my next round of problem-solving cases. Please check in with my clerk at area code 313-965-2280. I'm calling for formal hearing. I have Zaydon Al-Bahayi, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing. Is that individual on and ready to go?
Yes, Judge, I think the interpreter's just in a breakout room. We're ready on that case when you're ready.
Okay, you'll have to put on your camera for me. I'm ready. Is the interpreter, can we bring the interpreter back?
Yes, Judge.
All right, wonderful. And then did an officer check in, Ms. Mack, on that particular matter?
I believe so. Hold on, I gotta look at my file. One moment, Judge.
We're just setting for bench trial on that, Judge.
Not for Al-Bahayi.
No, I'm sorry. On the interpreter for Borges, Angeles Borges, I
Yes,
apologize.
I haven't called that one. Give me 1 second, please.
My bad. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, while she's looking that up, let's go ahead and do Borges so that I don't hold you any longer than I have to. Counsel, your case was scheduled for, I see it. I have the following matters. Ms. Vivian has already been sworn in. I have the following matters. SP 43934, counts 1 and 2. And I also have SP 1243938, counts 1, 2, and 3. Counsel, your appearance. Let Ms. Vivian interpret first. Go ahead, Ms. Vivian.
Ok, estamos llamando el caso del señor Ángeles Borges, SP 1243-93-4, 1 y 2, SP 1243-938, cargo 1, 2 y 3. Okay.
My name is Neil Brand on behalf of the defendant.
Yo soy Neil Brand, representando el acusado.
I spoke with the prosecutor this morning.
Yo hablé con el fiscal esta mañana.
There's some serious allegations here and things that the defendant needs to do.
Hay acusaciones aquí, alegaciones que son graves y hay algunas cosas que el acusado necesita hacer.
We believe we will have a plea bargain eventually, but right now I'd like to set it for a jury trial. I mean, a bench trial.
Y vamos a tener una declaración por una oferta en tiempo, pero ahora quiero una fecha para un juicio con juez.
And my office will call the defendant in a little while to explain with me.
Y mi oficina va a llamar al acusado en un ratito para explicarle lo que va a pasar.
All right.
That's all.
You. Let me please have the defendant, if you could state your full name for the record.
Señor, diga su nombre completo por la acta.
Rigoberto Ángeles Borges.
Rigoberto Ángeles Borges.
Thank you. I am going to set this matter for a bench trial. I'd like to set it for August 29th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
Entonces, esta es la fecha de juicio con juez. Va a ser el 29 de agosto 2022 a las 10:30 de la mañana.
On Zoom, Your Honor?
Yes, by way of Zoom.
En Zoom, su señoría, sí. Esto va a ser con Zoom.
August 29th at 10:30.
Yes.
29 de agosto a las 10:30.
Thank you.
Sí.
Rigoberto, call my office this morning, please.
Rigoberto, llama a la oficina del señor Brand esta mañana, ¿ok?
Está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all for your patience. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Gracias por
Adiós.
su paciencia y disfruta lo que queda del día. Adiós.
Thank you. It's always nice to see you, Judge. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you, counsel. All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Ms. Vivian. Make sure the defendant knows he can leave.
Señor, usted se puede ir. Ya se
Sí.
terminó aquí. Llama a su abogado, ¿ok?
Gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. I'm ready on last name Ali, case number SX 405-288-71, Today is the date scheduled for a formal hearing. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Marshall Garamo appearing on behalf of Mr. Ali.
All right, is Mr. Ali with us?
Your Honor, he tried. I have been talking to him and texting him. Apparently was unable, but I was to join, but I'm told that the trooper has not appeared. So I'll move to dismiss, Your Honor.
Thank you, Miss Mack. Has an officer checked in on this matter?
No, ma'am.
All right, your motion, counsel.
I move to dismiss, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm granting your motion for dismissal. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Ms. Mack, did you determine whether or not, I'm sorry, I see another attorney. Mr. Farina, who are you here on?
Good morning, Your Honor. I met with the prosecutor and checked in with your clerk on Mr. Ayad Al-Mardahi.
Okay, let me just find that on my docket. What time is it scheduled for, counsel?
I had it for 8:30. I've been on it 8:30.
Oh, maybe I'm not pronouncing it correct. The first name is Zaydan?
No, Ayad, A-Y-A-D.
Oh, yes.
Zaydan is mine,
Okay.
Judge.
All right, very good. I'll call it next, Mr. Murad. All right, counsel, are you all ready to proceed with the formal hearing?
No, Your Honor, on Mr. Ayad Al-Mardahi, we discussed with the prosecutor that the police officer was present. We've agreed to Mr. Charge, add the count 1 to 5 over, limited access 1 to 5 over. We've agreed to that. I waived my client's appearance for this morning and on the civil matter, and we're prepared to go forward, Judge.
All right, let me place the case numbers on the record. SP 128852, counts 1 and 2. Counsel, your appearance.
Roger Farina on behalf of Mr. Ayad Al-Mardahi.
All right, thank you, counsel. The first matter that your client is charged with is accident. And then the second is failing to yield right away. The offer from the people, place that on the record again for me, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Again, I would waive his appearance standing in with going forward with his permission, Your Honor. They would dismiss the 2 counts and add the count of a limited access 1 to 5 over, which is 0 points. My client would take that offer, Your Honor.
All right, and so, counsel, they are, one of them, your client's going to plead to, and I'm going to amend it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, which one are you accepting responsibility on?
The second count, Judge?
Fail to yield right of way.
Yes, Judge.
All right, very good. And so I'm accepting the plea of responsible on the fail to yield right of way. And I am going to dismiss without prejudice the remaining matter regarding an accident. Now, counsel, your client will not get a dismissal until the civil infraction is paid in full.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Sorry,
I
am amending it to limited access 1 to 5 miles over the posted speed limit, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And so, Ms. Mack, what is the statutory fine? You are already on it. It is $125. And how quickly can your client get that paid, Mr. Farina?
Your Honor, I would say 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? All right. And so this is what I'm going to do. I will give your client until August 22nd, 2022. I'm going to put it on my docket at 10:30 a.m. as an adjourn to pay and an adjourn for dismissal. As long as your client gets it paid, you do not have to come in. I will close it out and dismiss the remaining matter, okay? If
Yes,
not, it'll go back to the original charge and we'll be right back at square one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you, counsel. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Murad, you have a good day as well. Mr. Murad, I am ready on your case. Attorney Murad.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Judge, ready.
Good morning.
Oh, Murad, I'm sorry.
Yes. All right. And so you are on El Bahi, is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Wonderful. Let me place the case numbers on the record. SP 128-1831, counts 1, 2, and 3. Counsel, your appearance.
Rad Murad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. Zaydan El Bahia.
who is present on Zoom today. Mr. Albahia, please state your name and identify yourself for the court.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Zaidan Al Bahia.
Thank you and good morning to you. All right, counsel, today is the day scheduled for formal hearing. Ms. Mack, did any of the officers check in on this matter?
Yes, Judges, Corporal Bennett.
Okay, Corporal Bennett? All right, Mr. Marat, did you all reach an agreement?
No, Judge, I spoke with the prosecutor who advised me there wasn't an officer on the matter. We were anticipating a motion to dismiss today.
Okay, so where is Corporal Bennett?
He is logged on, Judge, but he doesn't have his camera on or his microphone.
Okay, so now whose
Yeah.
fault is that?
I'm just giving information.
I'm hoping that he'll hear me.
Judge, I'll call his cell phone and see what's going on.
Okay, call him and see. Mr. Marat, you're gonna have to hold on for a second, okay?
Of course, no problem, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I thought I saw one other attorney that was, oh, my screen is bouncing all around. All right. And Attorney Hadir, whose case are you here on? I see a case number, but I need a name.
Morning, Your Honor. It's on Awada is the last name, AWADA.
Yes. Are you ready to proceed? Have you spoken with the prosecuting attorney?
We have, Your Honor. I believe the officer is present, and we have come to some sort of agreement.
All right, let me place the case numbers on the record at this time. I have for Ali Awada, I have case number SB 132-1286, counts 1 and 2. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kasim Hidar on behalf of the defendant.
Thank you. And then is your client on with us, or you're standing in with your client's permission?
I'm standing in with the client's permission, Your Honor.
Wonderful. And then the officer who's here, if you could place your name and badge number on the record at this time.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. It's Sergeant Dinescu, Richard, first name, badge S202.
All right, thank you so much. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, I believe that we are dismissing the no seatbelt count and pleading down the illegal turn count to a blockade.
All right, so that would be count 2 would be dismissed. Is that what you're indicating? In exchange for the plea of responsible to, wait a minute, let me make sure I have the right case. Improper left turn, which would be amended to blockading, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. And you're pleading responsible, is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. I'm accepting the plea of responsible. I'm amending the charge to blockading traffic, and I'm assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $175. Once that amount is paid, then the remaining matter, count 2, will be dismissed without prejudice. Counsel, how quickly can your client get it paid?
Is 14 days all right with the court, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. I will place this for review on my docket, August 22nd, 2022, and that will be at 10:30 a.m. As long as your client gets it paid, you do not need to appear. Your client does not need to appear. The matter will be dismissed and the remaining matter will be closed, okay?
Understood. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your patience.
Have a good one.
All right. Ms. Walker, are we ready to go on Al Bahai?
Yeah, Judge, Corporal Bennett is here.
All right. Have you all reached an agreement, or do you need to talk now that the attorney knows that the officer is in fact here?
Judge, I think we need to go into a breakout room, please.
All right. And so if you could send Attorney Murad and Corporal Bennett. Good morning, Corporal Bennett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All
Sorry about
right.
that. I have 4 courtrooms today.
That's okay. I just didn't want to pass you by.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then if you could send Ms. Walker, Attorney Murad, and Corporal Bennett into a breakout room, that would be great.
Okay. It'd be breakout room 3.
I believe there is one other matter with an attorney on it, O'Day. And
Good morning, Your Honor.
I won't butcher your last name. Say your last name.
Maraway, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Maraway. All right, Attorney Maraway, what case are you here on?
It's on SH 1001-1901, Mohsen Al-Quadhi.
All right, and that is scheduled for formal hearing. Ms. Mack, did an officer check in on Al-Quadhi?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, have you talked with the prosecuting attorney, counsel?
Did she say yes? I have not. No, I haven't had a chance.
Okay, you will need to go in the breakout room and speak with the prosecutor because an officer is here for the formal hearing.
No problem, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. If you can make that happen, that would be great. And I'm gonna give you a second to make all of that happen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And good morning to you, Mr. Williams.
Good morning.
All right, are you here on a particular matter this morning?
Yes, I was asked for per year.
Yes, all right, very good. Can you give me just a second? I think I have, I'm doing the folks with their cameras on. I have 2 other cases I need to do. And then I'll go to Mr. Puryear if I could.
Of course.
Yeah, Mr. Yancey, you may have called him a little bit too soon. I don't know if this is just a good time for him. But my problem cases I saved till the end. So I want to get the folks that are doing what they're supposed to do first. So Mr. Williams, can you be on standby for a few minutes? I don't want to have you just wait.
That's fine. About 20, hop back on maybe like 20, 30 minutes.
Yes, or Mr. Yancey can reach out to you, okay?
Perfect. Perfect. See y'all soon.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's do it. We have done all of our phase 3s. I'm ready to go back to the specialty court docket. Let's go phase 2. Miss Cleveland.
Yes.
Who do you have up for phase 2?
Good morning again, Your Honor. Mr. Maurice Lamar Howard is on the screen.
Mr. Howard, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm going to place your case number on the record, 210-451-5601. State your full name for me, please.
Maurice Lamar Howard.
All right, Mr. Howard. You've been sitting there and attentively, how are things going with you?
Everything's going fine.
All right, you're working your program, Mr. Howard?
Yes, I am.
All right, tell me what's been working for you. What's been helping you to stay on track, if anything?
One day at a time, sticking with the program, hanging in there.
All right. And staying focused. Very good. Are you showing up for all of your appointments as you should?
Yes, I am.
All right. Have you heard anything, seen anything, done anything that may have encouraged you or inspired you on this journey?
Life itself. I mean, can you clarify that? What are you talking about?
So when you've gone to your treatment or in your group, have you heard anything, seen anything that has inspired you or just encouraged you to keep going?
Yes, I mean, the group meetings always encourage me because there's so many stories. Like I say, they're all different, and mine is different as well. And you learn from each one and push on with that.
Okay, very good. So you learn from other people's experiences and you keep going.
Yes.
All right, very good, very good. Have you been having any difficulties, any challenges?
None at all.
None? All right, very good. You have any questions for the team?
Nothing offhand.
Nothing offhand? Okay, Miss Cleveland, what do you have?
Your Honor, Mr. Howard is reporting accurately. He does call me and contact me if he has any concerns about anything. I'd like to commend him today because he is one of the most patient individuals that I have ever worked with. He received some notification about, the next court date that was like a miscommunication. Today is his court date. He showed up today instead of tomorrow, which was his notice, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, the notice that he received a few days ago. And you know, he's very communicative in a sense that it's so calm and clear. And I really appreciate that, because that allows us the ability to kind of work through things without, you know, things going wrong or going south or whatever. So I really appreciate Mr. Howard's patience. He is connected with his services over at Popoff. He is testing negative. I would like to commend him as well for having over 90 days of clean screens, Your Honor.
Yeah, awesome, Mr. Howard. Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to say a poker face here. This is exactly what you get every time he comes in, because
That's
he just looks so
okay.
calm. Yes, he's doing quite well. And Your Honor, we're just going to be moving forward in his phase 2 processes, and I'm sure he's ready for it.
All right. Do we have an incentive for Mr. Howard today?
I think so. I might be able to see if we have a Starbucks card, if he would be willing to accept that, and I could put it in the mail to him.
Mr. Howard, will you accept the Starbucks card?
Yes, I will. That's kind of funny because I kind of stopped drinking coffee. That's one of the things that I accomplished. That I haven't smoked since last year.
Oh no!
Look at you. Well, no. Can we find him a different gift card?
Okay, I'll find
something else. They sell tea.
Yes,
they do, and they have pastries. They have a lot of calories in their pastries, though. A lot of calories.
Yeah.
A lot of sugar.
Good stuff.
A lot of good stuff now.
Yeah.
So you want to go with Starbucks or somebody else?
I mean, I could do Starbucks. I still occasionally have coffee, but I'm not a coffee drinker as every day anymore.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good for you.
I will be a year coffeeless. And when I have a cup, I'll do decaffeinated. I used to drink 5 to 8 cups a day. And for years, since I've been in Michigan, almost 30 years. And I stopped last year, September 1st. And occasionally, when I have a taste for coffee, I will get a decaffeinated coffee. And I only drink caffeine-free tea. And it has made a difference. It has. So I don't do Starbucks, because when I go in Starbucks, I want one of those 5,000 calorie pastries. And then I start doing stuff like mix half decaf, half caffeinated. It's just a mess. So I don't do it. But so you good. You good, Mr. Howard.
The caffeine withdrawals are terrible.
Yes. Headache. I had a headache for 5 days. Headache for 5 days. And that was enough for me to never go back. Yeah. Headache for 5 days. So I'm glad you're doing it. Look, you all can probably give some tips. We got folks that's trying to stop smoking. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So give tips when you can. You never know who's listening and who you may encourage.
Yeah.
All right. So Mr. Howard, we're gonna put that Starbucks gift card in the mail for you
today.
And I want you to enjoy it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Very good. Any questions or anything else you want to add, Ms. Cleveland?
No, Your Honor. I'm just going to call him later on so we can talk about what it might look like as far as his regaining his licensing. And then I'll have a conversation with the attorneys as well.
All right. Very good. And you all are working on his license, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let's do it, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. I know you all are being pulled in 100 places this morning. Let's do it. All right.
Yes, Judge. Judge, if I may, Mr. Howard, good report. Congratulations. Being a patient person. Patience is a virtue. There's a saying that they say sometimes. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Howard?
Your Honor, I would like to put him back on his original day of Thursdays. That would mean that he would have a face-to-face with me as a phase 2 5-phase participant on August 25th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Howard?
What was the time again?
10:35 a.m.
Face to face with you, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
August 25th.
Yes. All right. Mr. Howard, I'm going to thank and excuse you. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and know we're here to help you if you need anything, okay?
Okay.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to go to Brittany Cooper. Miss Cooper, let me have you unmute for me. Good morning to you, Miss Cooper.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm actually good.
You're actually good. Uh-oh, and a smile. I love it. I love it. Let me place a case number on the record for you. I have Z8070821. State your full name for me.
Brittany Bremer-Star Cooper.
All right. Tell me what is going on that's actually good.
Well, I'm inpatient, so which is a lot different than me just going to the AA meetings and just the therapy when they just like, how are you? How do you feel today? Type of thing. Because I've gotten to do a lot of groups, like different sorts of groups with the leader that's like breaking you down. You're not gonna just say I'm good today and go on. She's gonna break it down to the core. And I've learned that a lot of my issues come from things that I haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Just being very young and just bottling it all up, so not only my counselor, but these group leaders and all the meetings I'm going to, they like break it down and make you open up. And that's been a lot of my issues with not talking about all of the things that I've been through.
Miss Cooper, you even look different today.
Yeah, and that's another thing. A lot of people keep saying I sound different too.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. And I know you did not want to go to inpatient treatment. I know you didn't.
I actually did, because I realized instead of I was doing it for other people, trying to stay sober for other people. But then I realized I have to do it for myself.
Yes, ma'am. You've got to do it for yourself. Because you deserve it, Miss Cooper.
Yes.
How about that? You have so much to offer yourself, the people you love, as well as the world in general. And so you deserve it.
Right.
You deserve it. And you're doing it. What's been the hardest part so far?
The hardest part is being away from my mom.
Okay. All right. But you know that she's there. I know she's been supportive.
Yes.
And I know she's cheering for you.
Yes.
All right. Very good. And
another thing is that my dad actually decided to go to rehab as well. So yeah, so not only my mom's been clean for almost like 12 years now, I think. My dad decided to go to rehab as well. So that's definitely a plus,
That is awesome.
Right.
That's awesome. So he's going to get the help that he needs.
Right. So it was just crazy that we both were in rehab together. Wow. And also my counselor is here as well.
Your counselor is here. Who's your counselor?
Miss Stackhouse.
Miss Stackhouse, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. Listen, you all are doing a fabulous job with Miss Cooper.
Thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without the supports around her. That's for sure.
Listen, Miss Cooper, I'm just going to say this. Miss Cooper, usually when she gets on, she has like this little mean girl edge about her. It's a mean girl edge. She does.
So you did do the handgun, sorry about that.
Mr.
You did do the handgun
Mr.
program?
Murad, you need to mute yourself. And so she always has this mean girl edge to her. And one of the joys of having raised a daughter, you can infer what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I know the mean girl edge means something. It doesn't mean that they are a bad person, that they're beyond repair. It's just somebody needs to take the time to dig a little deeper and see what needs to be repaired. And I have always felt that way about Miss Cooper, even though she has given us a run for our money and our talent and our paycheck. I have always felt that way about her. So my heart is overjoyed on this morning to see that my theory about that mean girl edge
You
is
are
true.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And so she's taking her strength. Sometimes when they come in, they don't know how strong they are or where their strength lies. And so she actually challenged herself by tapping into areas in her life that she's never been able to look into, tap into, or even allow herself to explore those areas. And so now we're looking at not only that she's working on herself and her hidden emotional feelings, she's also one of our top leaders here.
Oh my goodness. Did you say top leaders?
Yes, she is. Yes, she
I love
is.
it. Come on, Miss Cooper. That is awesome.
Yes. So she's channeling a lot of her behaviors into the positives. And so we're pushing her, we're supporting her, and continue to encourage her to do that.
Yes. Yes. Miss.
So we're really happy about that. The sad thing is when it's time for her to discharge, we can't find another Brittany.
Okay, find another Brittany.
We
but
won't
listen,
find another Brittany.
Let me just get in y'all business a little bit. You know, sometimes our greatest accomplishments in life comes from our greatest pain.
Yes.
So if you all have some funding somewhere, you all don't have to get rid of Miss Brittany. Y'all can bring her back in a different capacity with a paycheck attached.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to ever lose Miss Brittany, because some of our greatest accomplishments really do come from our greatest areas of pain. And so, yeah, it does not surprise me that Miss Brittany is a leader. Does not surprise me at all. She has it in her.
She is getting close to her discharge. We were looking at like 30 days. What are you guys are thinking?
Oh, no, we are going to follow the recommendation from the clinical team. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not equipped to make a determination as to how long and what type of treatment she should have. I'm really going to depend on you all to do so.
Okay, and I'm going to definitely make sure that she has continuity of care. So when she leaves here, she's transitioning into outpatient. She's going to be transitioning into her local AANA meetings. She's also going to be transitioning into mental health counseling, which I would like to be a part of that, as well as all of her medical team will also be on board. So she's not going to be discharged without those things put in place.
Yes, I love it. I love it, Mr. Yancey. Sounds like they already have the continuum of care plan, already identified. I'm hoping that Ms. Stackhouse, that she can stay with Naomi's Nest to do her outpatient treatment. I don't know how that works, but if it can, I think that continuity is so, and consistency is so important.
Yes, ma'am, I agree.
Okay, very good.
So from here, the only thing that I would need from Mr. Yancey is a email stating that I can release her it could be at any given point at this time, because I'm actually working on her discharge now.
Okay. All right. And so what that email would indicate is that the court is relying on the expertise of the clinical team to determine next steps for Ms. Cooper, because we do not make that determination.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
Perfect.
Very good.
Thank you.
Miss Stackhouse or Ms. Cooper, do either of you have any questions for the team this morning?
I just want to say thank you for all your support and holding her accountable, which is the biggest thing. So I just appreciate you guys just, helping us through that process with her.
Yes, absolutely. We appreciate the work that you've done and that you will continue to do with Ms. Cooper. She looks like she's doing work. Ms. Cooper, you have any questions for the team this morning?
No.
No. All right. Mr. Yancey, did you have anything for Ms. Cooper? And if not, what's next?
I just want to tell Ms. Cooper, you look great. I'm glad you have really found the right spot for you to get all this done. That's super great. Ms. Stackhouse, thanks for coming on. I know I gave you some short notice. Thanks for coming on. I'll get that to you later this afternoon.
Okay, perfect. So,
And,
Mr. Yancey, yep, it was short notice, but I'm gonna tell you just like it is. Anytime Judge Holmes is there, I'm right there. I don't care.
Okay.
5 minutes prior. Ms.
Okay.
Stackhouse gonna be right there.
Thank you, Miss Stackhouse. I appreciate you. You see, look, Miss Cleveland came back on like, yes, we need providers that will say we are there because we can't do it without you all. We don't have the expertise and we don't want to try to be therapists or clinical people because we will fail miserably at it. Absolutely. So thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. And you guys have a great day and I appreciate you guys.
Yes, we appreciate you too. Let's get that date, Mr. Yancey. What's that date? Mr. Yancey?
Your Honor, I'm looking, Your Honor, Ms. Cooper is in phase 2, but we want to have her come back on August 22nd just to see what her status is. And then after that, we can go afford her face-to-faces. But for now, we want her to come back on August 22nd at 8:35.
All right, that works. That works for you, Ms. Cooper?
Okay, is there any, well, I guess is there any way I can call you to see like exactly what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah, you can call me. I'll get you the Zoom number. Just like you're Zooming in now, you'll be Zooming in with us on the 22nd. So I don't know if they showed you how to do that at Naomi's Nest. If not, we'll be in contact before the 22nd.
Okay, definitely. We can make sure she's on court on the 22nd.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Very good.
Same time?
Same time.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your week. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Mr. Gordon, where you been? I'm gonna do Mr. Gordon and I'll go back to my traffic docket. Hopefully we'll be ready. I do need Ms. Walker on Ms. Light. So as soon as we're ready. Mr. Al Quaddy. Who had Al Quaddy's case? For Al Quaddy, Counsel O'Day, he's talking.
Good morning.
Yes, all right. I'm gonna call Al Quaddy again. No officer checked in. Case number SH 100119001. Counsel, your appearance again.
Thank you, Your Honor. Once again, O'Day Mary on behalf of Mr. Al-Quadi.
All right, very good. Counsel, this matter was scheduled for a formal hearing on today. My clerk has brought to my attention that the officer did not check in. I will entertain your motion at this time.
Yes, Your Honor, will be a motion to dismiss the matter.
Thank you. Your motion is granted. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Enjoy the rest of your day and thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. All right. And then I saw Corporal Bennett came back on. Attorney Murad, I don't know if you're still with us. Did you all resolve that particular matter?
Yes, yeah, we did. I guess we're waiting for Prosecutor Walker and attorney to come back, I guess.
Okay, Mr. Murad, thank you, Corporal Bennett. Miss Attorney Murad.
We have reached the resolution, Judge.
All right, let me call that one. I have the following. Case number SP 1281831, counts 1, 2, and 3. Your appearance, counsel.
Ryan Murad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. Zidan Al-Bahia, who's present on Zoom today. Mr. Al-Bahia, can you state your name for the record?
Zidan Al-Bahia.
Right. Thank you, and thank you all for your patience. Counsel, Corporal Bennett, place your name and badge number, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Corporal Daryl Bennett, badge 4320, Detroit Police Department.
All right, thank you so much. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, I believe we've reached a resolution where Mr. Al-Bahia will be tendering a responsible plea to a 1-point civil infraction, with the remaining counts to be dismissed.
All right, which one is he pleading responsible to? And I'll amend it. And what am I amending it to?
Judge, I believe Ms. Walker had the exact statute and I cannot cite it.
Okay.
She said she was running it down to your courtroom.
Okay, so I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait to get that because I don't want to leave my clerk guessing. Okay,
Ms.
all
Walker,
right.
I'm sorry, Judge, Ms. Walker was in a breakout room with, probation officer Farmer.
Okay, so we'll have to give it a second unless you want to text her or call her and ask her which one are you pleading responsible to, and what am I amending it to? I have to have.
Yes,
that.
Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check into another courtroom very briefly, Judge.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to Mr. Gordon, Ashton Gordon. Good morning,
Yes.
Mr. Gordon.
Good morning, Judge. How we doing today?
I am doing well. How are you today?
Pretty good. You know, tired. I see you got a busy day, so I don't want to take up too much of your time today.
It's a busy day, but you listen, take up all the time you need to take. That's what we're here for. And this just happens to be the kind of court that we have to run, right? Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 2021SD0028. State your full name for me, please.
Ashton Julian Gordon.
All right, Mr. Gordon, what's going on with you?
You know, I finally got that matter in Grand Rapids taken care of, so to speak. You know, they said they'd be in contact with you guys. They have to talk to the district court here as well, to make sure that they get these cases merged and joined together, so to speak. And then, you know, just going to my group, you know, I go to Heat. I do one-on-ones with Mr. Arnold as well from NADD. So, you know, everything's going pretty well.
All right, very good. So let's go back. Grand Rapids is going to, at least what they've told you, is they're going to combine with our case and they'll allow us to continue the oversight. Is that correct?
Yes, they said they have to get in touch with someone at the district court. By the officer that they gave me, his name is Keith Stevens. He said he's going to get in contact with Mr. Yancey, but I know you guys were out last week.
Yeah, week before. Yes, we were.
Yeah, week before. Yeah, week before.
Yes,
so he said he'd be getting with you guys, getting with someone at the district court.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. How do you feel about that news, sir?
Just not even having to go there anymore and deal with that, and not have that cloud of, you know, dread, you know, doing everything right now, but still paying for the mistakes in your past is always kind of frustrating. So, you know, now that that's seemingly behind me and I keep doing everything that I got to do right, it'll be okay.
Yes, sir. It definitely will be. And sometimes having to pay for or do things today for things that have happened in the past, a good teacher, right? Aren't those good lessons? Yeah, because I did something that may have taken me, 10 minutes, maybe an hour, right? And now I've got to do all of this work for the next year or two or what have you. And so I think that that's a good teacher, good lesson learned, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very much so.
All right. Tell me what's going on with Heat. I love Heat. How about that?
You know, we're getting close towards the end. You know, they're talking about the project they want us to do. So, you know, I've been kind of, anytime I'm on my way to work, I'm kind of looking around at something I, you know, want to talk about or a way to articulate it myself, especially coming from a dual background as being, you know, going to high school and college in Grand Rapids, but then, you know, being from the city of Detroit. So kind of speaking to the duality of those two situations, maybe that might be something that I decide to do for that project.
All right. Very good. Very good. I'm excited. What are your thoughts about Heat? Liked it? Loved it?
I enjoy it. It's really something that, you know, at first it was good at first, but then when it started becoming great because, you know, those are people that are just like you know, as an African-American male, being able to talk to a therapist who is African-American as well gives you the opportunity, you know, have someone that you can relate to. They understand the journey is not linear. It's a parabola a lot of the time. So being able to kind of, you know, have someone who can go through those ebbs and flows is really something that's really been good for me.
Yes, sir. Very good. Very good. And, you know, I was a little worried about you with respect to participation in therapy, but you engaged. I heard good things. You are totally engaged. And I'm like, oh, Mr. Gordon, you talking about Mr. Gordon. Spell his last name. And let me make sure I got the right one. But listen, I'm so glad to hear that you have engaged and that you're working it. And you said it went from good to great. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. And so, and your one-on-ones with NCADD, that's going well also. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. How are the girls doing?
They're good. They're good. My oldest, she starts first grade this week. She starts first grade Wednesday. So I sent her a bunch of school clothes and stuff. And then my youngest, we're going to send her to pre-K this fall. So it's getting close.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that time will just take off. It will just take off. So enjoy. What's been a challenge for you?
Really challenging is letting myself know, like, it's okay to, have a bad day here and there, but not letting them stack up, not letting bad days stack up, not letting bad days build. So it's just been kind of that, let myself know it's okay to be proud of yourself and not let the words that people say to try to bring you back to the place you were. It's okay to, sometimes pat yourself on the back and, give yourself that kind of looking from where you started to where you are now.
Absolutely. That's a great observation. It's okay. We all gonna have bad days, and it's okay to pat yourself on the back. Some of us probably need to do that, to remind ourselves, because you can't look to other people to always pat you on the back, right? Sometimes you got to remind your own self of the greatness that's in you. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Gordon, anything you need us to help you with?
None at this moment.
No? All right. Mr. Yancey, anything else?
Your Honor, Mr. Gordon, he's in full compliance. I know the other court was contacting me during their pre-sentence section, so
okay,
they're keenly aware of everything that we're doing and everything Mr. Gordon is doing. So they're especially watching him. So this is a great time to be in full compliance. But other than that, everything is going pretty well at this time. I'm glad he's in heat and also in groups and therapy with another agency. So that seems to be working out pretty well. So far, so good, Your Honor. He's in compliance, screening and everything else.
All right, wonderful. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Gordon?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Gordon. Good report. Congratulations on working out Grand Rapids. You're working the program. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, sir, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Your Honor, if I might add, yes, sir, as a fellow person who went to college up in Grand Rapids, I know the differences between Grosse Pointe and Detroit and Grand Rapids, so where I grew up. And so I feel for you and realize the conflicts that are there. So keep up the great work, sir.
Yes. All right. Very good. With that, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Gordon?
Your Honor, on August 22nd, we want to have a face-to-face at that time at 10:35 a.m.
All right. Very good. Did you get that, Mr. Gordon?
10:35. So I need to come down?
No, we'll do it over the phone.
Okay.
All right. Very good. All right, Mr. Gordon, thank you for your patience this morning. I am releasing you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep up the great work that you're doing, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right. Very good. All right, team. I am going to do Ms. Light's case next. However, I do need to take a quick break. The court reporter needs a break. And so I can't proceed without her. So court is in recess just for a few minutes. Thank you.
I'm back, Judge.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Before, we're ready on Miss Light, but Mr. Murad, one more time. Are you ready on your client?
I am, Judge. I do see Ms. Walker in the courtroom now.
Okay.
I hope we're ready to.
All right, let's do it again. Is your client on? He is.
Yes.
All right, let's try it one more time. Here we go.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have the following: SP 13, strike that, SP 128, 1831, counts 1, 2, and 3. For the people,
Shannon Walker, P 53794 on behalf of the people.
thank
And
you. Go ahead, Counsel.
sorry, Judge. Riyad Murad, P83665 on behalf of Mr. Zaidan Al Bahia. Mr. Al Bahia, please state your name for the record.
Zaidan Al Bahia.
All right, thank you. How are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, we had an opportunity to go into the breakout room with Corporal Ben and we fully discussed this matter. Based on that discussion, the people would be willing to amend to 1 count of limited access speed, 6 to 10 over, which is a 1-point violation.
Okay, which one are you amending?
Just, I don't have the, I think it was a disregarding signal.
Yes. Okay, so he's gonna plead responsible to the disregarding a signal, and it's going to be amended to limited access, and I didn't hear the miles. Can you tell me that again?
1 point, Judge, 6 to 10 over.
6 to 10 over the posted speed limit. Wonderful. And then the remaining matters would be dismissed once he's paid his fines, or yes, his fines.
That's correct.
All right, wonderful. Attorney Murad, is that your understanding of the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Mr. Al-Bahi, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Murad. You may proceed with your client to establish the factual basis.
Mr. Al Bahia, I'm going to take you back, sir, to, sorry, Judge, I'm just pulling up that exact date now. Come on, right here. My apologies to this honorable court, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Al Bahia, I'm going to take you back to November 19, 2021. At that time, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit, sir?
Yes, sir.
And is it your understanding that you were speeding over 6 to 10 miles an hour, between 6 and 10 miles an hour?
Yes, sir.
And that's the county of Wayne, correct?
Yes.
Judge, defense is satisfied.
All right, Miss Walker, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
No, Judge, I think that the factual basis should be taken on the underlying offense and then we would grant the amendment. The people would just request that the respondent in this matter indicate that he understands that he disregarded the traffic control signal and the case will be amended to the limited access speed.
Yes. All right, counsel, your client needs to plead to the underlying charge and then the court will make the amendment.
No problem. Mr. Al Bahia, at that exact date and time, sir, had you disregarded a traffic signal when operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit? That was again November 19, 2021.
Yes, sir.
And you did not have a valid proof of insurance at that time, correct?
I did have insurance. I just didn't have it on me.
Okay. And the last one.
No, that's good. That's good.
Thank
The
you,
others
Judge.
are gonna be dismissed, so he's in good shape now. Miss Walker, the court is satisfied. I'm accepting the plea, and I am amending the matter to limited access 6 to 10 miles over the posted speed limit. The fine will be $135. How quickly can your client get that paid, Mr. Murad?
Judge, can we have 30 days? Or
Okay, he can't get his dismissals until this is paid in full.
how about 2 weeks, Mr. Al Bahia? Can you get that 135 paid in 2 weeks? 14
Yes.
days?
Yes.
So I'd ask for 2 weeks, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Then I am going to schedule this matter for review on August 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as your client gets it paid before that date, then he does not have to appear, the remaining two matters will be dismissed. If not, then I'm going to set aside everything. He'll be right back at square one. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Thank you all. And thank you, Corporal
Take
Bennett.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, you do the same. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Now let's go to Miss Light. Are we ready to proceed as to Miss Light? And thank you at the Wayne County Jail for being so patient with us on this morning. All right, I have for Miss Light, I have the following matters: Z 795-7951, charged with operating while visibly impaired. I have Z 805-5681, charged with operating while visibly impaired. I also have case number 17045-09201, charged with operating while visibly impaired. For the people,
Shannon Walker, P53794, on behalf of the people.
thank you. And then for probation.
Good morning, Your Honor. Derek Farmer on behalf of probation.
All right, thank you. And good morning, Mr. Farmer. Thank you all for your patience. Miss Light, state your full name for me, please.
Dominique Light.
Thank you. And good morning to you, Miss
Good
Light.
morning to you also.
All right. Who wants to address the court first? This was last week, I think I saw Miss Light for a probation violation where she walked away from probation, did not report to court as she had been ordered to do. Mr. Farmer, you may want to put a brief synopsis just for purposes of the record as to how we've gotten here, and then I'm ready to hear from the parties. The recommendation that I was entertaining on today is whether or not to terminate her from probation and allow her to serve time in the Wayne County Jail for the underlying offense. So, Mr. Farmer, I'll start off with you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, Ms. Light was transferred over to probation from the drug court on November 20th, 2019. She subsequently had ended up testing positive shortly after that for marijuana. We submitted a violation. Your Honor, the defendant absconded after you let her out and never came back. That was March the 4th, 2020. On this case, however, as you stated, this is the third matter before the court for drinking and driving offenses. I know there was a warrant out of Third Circuit for a drunk driving offense, as well as the current offense that had her arrested, subsequently how we were able to catch up with her. It is still a balance of $60 that's owed on this case, Your Honor. Nothing was completed. And that's where we stand as of today, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Who wants to? Thank you, Mr. Farmer. And Mr. Farmer, I'm sorry, what is your recommendation?
Your Honor, the probation department at this point is going to recommend that we terminate the defendant from probation and sentence her to jail time.
All right, thank you. Let's go. Who wants to address the court first, people or defense?
Judge, I'll go first if the prosecution doesn't have any problem with that. Ms. Light has been in this program, drug court, for a while. I think she has learned a lot through this program and has made changes in her life because of this program. I don't think there's any question about that she has made a little bit of lemonade out of lemons because she's had a tough go of it otherwise. I don't want to see any incarceration for someone who wants help. And Ms. Light wants the help. And I believe her when she says that. And I believe her in part because of, she said it, that's number one, but also because she's done some good things during this program, which have helped her through this program. Not everything perfect. I'm not trying to say that it's something other than what it is, but Ms. Light presents as a very honest person, realizing her shortcomings, realizing that there are things that she could do better, realizing that she needs to do better to get through this program. Whether that involves inpatient, outpatient treatment, testing, she has to do all those things, and she has to be serious about it. It could appear as though sometimes she's not being serious about it. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I'd like to certainly keep her in this type of program. I know she's on probation, Judge, but I also know this court does a lot that mirrors drug treatment court when a person is on probation. And so I'd really like to keep her in this type of program, whatever that means, whether treatment means inpatient, outpatient. And I know whether it means intensive outpatient. I speak for my client when I say that she does request this. She does ask for it. And I would like to just end, Judge, by saying that incarceration doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help, certainly it doesn't help Miss Light. I don't want to cast her off in that way, Judge. I want her to come out of probation with a new attitude, a new approach. And I'd like to continue to see us work with her to get her through this. So I know that could be called a troublesome case. We're not here just for the easy cases, Your Honor. What we learned in Nashville is that we're here for the hardest cases, for the most troublesome cases, the cases where we think there's not going to be improvement, because that's where improvement is found. So, Judge, I'd ask that you keep her on probation.
All right, thank you. Ms. Walker?
Yes, Judge, I agree with Mr. Fikens only in that we in Nashville found out or were reaffirmed that incarceration isn't always the answer. However, the number one thing that we are charged to do is protection of society and the people in it. And problematically, Ms. Light, you are a danger to those people. You picked up 3 OWIs in this courthouse, you picked up a felony, and you're there on current charges now stemming from some other incident. I can't help but believe, unfortunately, that you didn't learn from anything at any time that we gave to you. Most importantly, even letting all those charges alone, you were granted by this judge, once you weren't in our drug treatment court, to go back to probation, to be given yet another chance not to be incarcerated, and you threw that away. We would not be looking at you today had you not been caught on another charge. That is problematic to me. First and foremost, Ms. Light, I don't know that you realize the extent of help you need. Because if you did, you would take each and one of these opportunities and you would go with it. You have been given more chances than anybody I have seen in this program. I have heard your name so many times, over and over and over again, with a resounding result from the team saying, we want to help Miss Light. We don't want to see her go down this path. We don't want to see her reoffend. What can we do to make her understand she is worth it and she can change? And yet and still, the behavior didn't. Yet and still, we see more charges. We see more offenses. We haven't seen you show us that you've learned by your actions from anything that we have done for you. Judges, for that reason, I agree with probation. We have no choice at this point but to protect society from this Light, and I recommend a maximum sentence on each charge.
All right, thank you.
If I might just briefly respond to one matter, Judge. I'd just like to say that with respect to protecting society, she is under charges in Wayne County. They certainly have every protective ability to help society in that regard, Judge.
What's the current charge in Wayne County that she's on probation for? Is that for drinking and driving as well?
No, I don't believe so.
My understanding, Judge, is assault and battery.
That she's on probation right now for assault and battery?
He's in jail right now, was arrested for assault and battery, Judge. That's a
Right,
pending charge.
but I thought someone said that she's on a current, Mr. Fikens, I thought you just said she's on a current probation for Wayne County.
Oh, no, I said that she's under that jurisdiction. I didn't mean to imply.
Meaning
that she
the
was
new
under
charge.
probation.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, go right ahead.
No, that's it, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Miss Light wants to address the court. Go ahead, Miss Light.
She does.
Yes, I wanted to say, I had wrote you a letter like last week because I really do want to stay in your program. I learned so much from your program. I know that I made multiple mistakes throughout the process of the program. But at first I felt like I was thrown into there because I didn't really understand what was going on. Now I understand your program and I'm more than I want to really be in your program. If you look back, I have not been driving nor drinking. So I still learn. Yes, I did pick up another charge. That was a part of life. I got into a altercation with somebody, but that didn't involve drinking nor driving. And I really did learn my lesson, but I agree with Mr. Falcons because jail is not help. I need help. I need a therapist. Like, I'm going through a lot of stuff, like from being molested, from being picked up, taken from my people for 2 whole weeks. I'm mentally not there, but I still haven't went back to drinking or anything. So I want to really say that I learned a lot throughout your program, and I really want to continue your program because I know I can succeed in.
So let me ask this question. This is probably more of a no, this is for the attorneys. Would she qualify for our mental health court? She's asking for help. She's indicating that she's got some mental health concerns.
Yes, Judge, to answer your question, I think she'd need reassessment at this time. And I think even the prosecutor is agreeing with me on that. I think that's the first step. I don't think there's any disqualifying feature because it's determined on a case-by-case basis where she could not be included in mental health court. I'm concerned about any marijuana use, but we can address that.
Yeah, because she won't be able to smoke marijuana in mental health court either. Okay. And the reason I asked that, but Mr. Farmer, there's a question I need to ask you. How much time are we looking at left over from his life? I'm working remotely. I know I wrote it down, but I thought we could squeeze another 12 months out when you give the 90 days for COVID, and we don't count all of the time that she's been gone. We don't count any of that.
Your Honor, it looks like, so the active time that we have was from November 2019 till March the 6th, 2020. So that's roughly 4 or 5 months. And to answer your question, Your Honor, it does look like she is on probation for that felony matter, the OWI. I have a order of violation that was submitted from the Michigan Department of Corrections to Third Circuit Judge Thomas Hathaway.
Okay. All right. So she was with us. And do you happen to know the time that she was with drug treatment court?
It looks like the drug, one second, I can check the ROA. It looks like she started with drug treatment court in it looks like 2018, Your Honor.
She started with drug treatment court in 2018,
yes.
But then she dropped off. I know she did.
Yeah.
So I think we can still get a year of time for Ms. Light. I'm gonna ask, I'd like the parties to think about and I'll hear from the people and Mr. Farmer, Ms. Light being assessed for our mental health court so that we can get her the help that she's asking for.
Yes, Judge.
Would you all think about that, Ms. Walker?
But I have no problem with an assessment. Would she be held in custody while that assessment was being done?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I have no objection.
Absolutely. I have just asked Mr. Morgan to see if he could get on so that we can start that assessment. Let me say this to you, Ms. Light. Let me say this. Everything in me had planned to terminate you today and send you to jail for as long as I could possibly send you. You have been with me sporadically on and off. And I'm just gonna be real candid. Every time you have been with me, it has been a song and a dance from you got to take care of your son. You've got to do this. This is going wrong in your life. And you have given me excuse after excuse not to get the help that has been made available to you. We've made help available to you over and over again, and you have just not taken advantage of it. Everything in me today had planned to terminate you and let you ride this out and let your mother or whomever figure out what needs to happen with your son. But Ms. Light, one of the things that I do want to tell you is that when people want help, I want to help them. Even folks who I have said, nope, that's it for me. When you want help, I want to help you. And so listen, I want to help you. You can't go back to our drug treatment court program. I don't believe that regular probation is going to be what you need. I mean, I can do the dual, but I'd like to see you get into our mental health court where we are able to monitor, thank you, some things a lot closer, and we are able to align you with tools for life.
Thank you. I would really appreciate it because I'm asking for help. I know it's something I'm mentally messed up right now. It's like, but I understand what you're saying and I appreciate you.
So that's what I would like to do. Mr. Morgan is going to come on. I'd like for him to do a cursory assessment of her. And then we'll get with Sergeant Coho and Director Bomer about getting her on the 1-800 number and getting her assessed and hopefully getting her aligned with the appropriate services and getting her back on track. What's your living situation like, Miss Light? You have your own place with your name on the lease?
Yes, I do have my own place, but because of the incident, I was just legally evicted. My mom just told me, so I'm back at my mom's house right now. I'm trying to go. I wrote the 36th district a letter saying that I needed paperwork because my landlord paid somebody to set my things out, but I was not evicted or late on my rent or payments or anything like that. So I'm currently still trying to get a court date for that also.
Okay, all right. So this is what I'm gonna do, team. I'm gonna do have them do a cursory assessment of her today to see if she qualifies for our mental health court. I think that may be Mr. Morgan coming on right now. And it is Mr. Morgan. I almost went the whole morning without bugging you.
Oh, no, good, Jazz.
Good morning. Mr. Morgan, state your appearance, place your appearance on the record, please.
Majay Morgan, Specialty Court Coordinator.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan, we have Miss Light with us, and you've probably heard, I'm sure, the name Dominique Light. She started off in our drug treatment court. She did not do well. She picked up another felony. She picked up a felony charge of OWI. And so because of the way the legislation is written, we could not continue her in our drug treatment court. She was sent to regular probation and she started or used marijuana, had a positive screen, walked away from that after only a few months. And so, Mr. Morgan, I believe we still have a year that we can help Miss Light. She has shared some things where she is concerned about her mental health and her mental stability. And so, of course, if we can help her in any way, I'd like us to do so, but I'd like us to do so through our mental health court. And so I wanted to call you on to see if we could do a brief assessment to see if she qualifies for our mental health court. And hopefully let's get her aligned with services, get her on the 1-800 number and get her ready for Wednesday. But I'm not going to release her from the Wayne County Jail until I know what our course of action is.
Okay, well, thank you, Judge. Sure, I can go in a breakout room, talk to Ms. Light, do some preliminary things. Just need to see where we at jurisdictionally as far as those months. So yeah, Judge, I can go in a breakout room and then I can come back and let you know all my findings.
All right, very good. Then we're gonna do that. Thank you so much for jumping on, Mr. Morgan.
You're welcome.
And I'm not counting any of the time that she absconded from our specialty courts or from probation. Not, because we only got her because she got picked up on a new charge.
Ma'am, actually, I turned myself in. I walked in. I didn't get.
I know, but you didn't walk in on my stuff, ma'am.
Okay,
You walked
okay,
in on
I'm
another
sorry.
warrant. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
ma'am. All right. So, all right. So we're gonna try to work through it though. Again, Miss Light, we are going to try to work through it.
Judge.
So yes, just so I don't tie up all of our resources, I'm going to go ahead and place a return to court date on the record right now. I'm gonna make that date for this Wednesday, which would be August 10th, 2022. Okay? And that's going to be at 8:35 a.m., which is our mental health court date. But Ms.
Judge, I think I have court that day too.
You have court with the felony?
Yes, ma'am, for Judge
Hathaway?
No, Judge Edward.
Okay, so you'll just come and see us after you finish Judge Edward.
Okay. I didn't know if I can do it too. I didn't know, so I just wanted to let you know that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, and make sure you let your attorney know that we hopefully will have an answer today, this morning, as to whether or not we can work with you.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much for giving me another chance, but I promise I won't let you down this time or myself.
Don't let yourself down.
I'm not, because I really want it. I've been getting therapy and counseling through wellness health plan because of what I've been going through. So I really want it.
All right. Well, if you want it, I want to help you get it. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
All right. I appreciate you too, Miss Walker. I thank you, Mr. Farmer. Thank you so much, and Mr. Morgan. Thank you. We can send you our messages. As you all know, she's not going anywhere until I can get a course of treatment for her. Okay, and I'd like to get it sooner than later because I don't want to just have her housed at the Wayne County Jail.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Well, all right, Miss Light.
Yeah.
Let's go in the breakout room, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Miss
Thanks,
Fields.
Judge. See you in a minute.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morgan. Miss Fields, if you could send them to a breakout room, that would be great.
Okay, Judge. Yes, thank you.
All right. I haven't set a bond yet. I need to figure out what's gonna happen. As soon as I can get that, I'll let you know. Miss Matt. All right. I need to go through the remainder of my docket. It says that I have 11 people on, but I don't see 11 people.
Judge, sorry to cut you off. I need to run to Judge down the hall to another courtroom, and then I can
We'll just update you. You're good. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Farmer. I don't want to hold you up, okay?
Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna start going through the remainder of my docket to make sure that I'm not missing anybody. I've called everyone from the 8:30 a.m. docket. I'm on the 8:35 a.m. And so now I'm going to go to Johnny Hicks, U452-62918, U471-95118, case number 155-360-301, case number 155-362-781, case number 155-36364, counts 1, 2, and 3. For Mr. Hicks, where is Mr. Hicks? I adjourned him to today.
Hello, Your Honor. Can you hear me okay? I do hear some noise on the.
Is that your fan going maybe?
No, I pushed it away, so it shouldn't be my fan.
There is somebody on a TCL something. I don't know who you are, but you need to turn your camera on. If you could place your name on your tagline. I've muted you before, and so I'm going to ask you to remain on mute and give us an opportunity to find out who you are and where you should be, because when I get ready to wrap up for lunch, I'm not entertaining another case until after lunch. All right, Miss Cleveland.
Your Honor, I did have the opportunity to speak with Counselor Williams. He's over, Mr. Hicks is over at Lake Ridge. And I think Mr. Williams was going to come back on. He said he is prepared to update on Mr. Hicks' progress. There is some updates for him. I know when I talked to Mr. Hicks previously, he did make the connection with those medical resources that he was supposed to. However, I wanted to follow up to make sure that he actually attended those sessions, and Mr. Williams was going to assist me with that. So I don't know if he's going to come back on for Mr. Yancey's case if you want to wait and recall.
He's got to come on for Mr. Puryear. So we'll do that then, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Let's keep going. I have for Crystal Lane, Z8060021. Where's Miss Lane?
Your Honor, that's my client as well. And I have been trying to reach out to Miss Lane all morning. The reason why I had brought this to your attention earlier today is because I know that if she's working double shifts, she cannot use her cell phone and pick up her cell phone. I've left several messages for her. However, I am going to take some of the responsibility here only because she should have written down her next court date, but I was not able to reach out to her last week. So sometimes that is a habit that that they're used to, but I would ask if possibly I can continue to try to contact her today. And if I don't hear from her by tomorrow, then I can come back on the record and
okay, so are you asking me to adjourn Miss Lane until tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor, if possible.
I'll adjourn her. I'll adjourn her to August, what's tomorrow? August 9th, 2022. I'll put Miss Lane on. Miss Lane.
Sorry.
So Miss Lane, she's skating on thin ice and there are sharks swimming underneath.
I mean, she's got good things happening. She's compliant. So I don't want her to mess up. So I'm asking. Yes, I appreciate this.
I'll put her on for tomorrow at 8:35.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Milton Owens is our intake. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
Very good. And then we did, I think everybody else except Mr. Puryear. So I'm ready for the intake for Milton Owens. And then we'll call Mr. Williams in for the remaining matters.
Yes, Judge.
All right, can we adjust the camera just a little bit? And Mr. Owens, you're gonna have to step up really close and speak into that microphone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I can be better.
Okay. All right, we're glad you're here. Are you ready to work?
Yes.
All right, you want the help that we have available here at 36th District Court?
Yes.
All right, do you feel that you need the help?
Been making some bad decisions lately. Yes.
All right, then you are already starting on a good path, sir. When we can admit that I need the help, you are already off to a good start. So let me place your case number on the record. I have for Milton Owens. I have case number U598455421. Mr. Owens, state your full name for the record, please.
Milton Jared Owens.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Owens, I'm glad to see you. I'm going to hear from the case manager that's presenting you on this morning. Who's presenting Mr. Owens?
Your Honor, I'm gonna present Mr. Owens, Your Honor.
All right.
So yes, Your Honor, like you've stated before the court, for sentencing is Milton Gerard Owens. He was referred to us by Mr. Honorable Sean Perkins. He's here before us as a result of a disorderly conduct case, Your Honor. He is over the age of 18. He is a single father of 2 adult children, Your Honor. The defendant has a 12th grade education, and he is employed part-time at a supermarket. He reports that he's in good health, good general health at this time. He reports that in the past, alcohol has been his drug of choice, Your Honor. He did report that he did, for the most part, understand what our specialty court does. Your Honor, I did ask him regarding if he had any a support system that's going to help him through this journey. He reports that he is his only support system at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. All right, Mr. Owens. You said you don't have a support system, so nobody's gonna be cheering you on to do this outside of the courtroom?
I'm my biggest cheerleader. And my mom,
I'm sorry?
my mom, my sisters, my brothers, and me.
All right, very good. Your mom, your sisters, and your brothers, and yourself. Very good. All right, so you do have a support system. Are you gonna let them know what you're going through, that you're in this program to help you with alcohol?
Yeah, I got a sister I keep in touch with. Couple of them.
All right, very good. You stated earlier, Mr. Owens, that you've made some bad choices. The bad choices that you've made, do you believe that they're directly related to your alcohol usage?
Yes, Judge Holmes, you cannot be at my age urinating at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm sorry, say that again. I didn't hear you.
At 52 years old, you cannot be out urinating in public at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no.
That's bad decision making.
Yeah, we don't urinate in the public ever. Right, that was, yeah, okay. All right, I got you. All right, very good. And so you understand that when you're drinking, you make decisions that are just not good decisions, right?
That was a bad decision back in October.
Okay, all right. Have you made some other bad decisions? Not that you have to tell me, but that are directly related to alcohol use?
That was a bad decision, Judge Holmes, back in October.
Okay.
Urinating at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, my question was a little bit different. I said, have you made any other bad decisions? If you can share.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, very good, very good. All right, and so are and you're ready to learn through this experience, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Who was the attorney that had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Owens?
I did, Judge. Thank you for the opportunity to go in the breakout room. I talked with Mr. Owens. He was cooperative and respectful. We talked about various things. He's a high school graduate from Mumford High School, and I had an opportunity to talk about my Mumford High School experience, although I'm over 20 years older than he is. Judge, he does have some college, and he's been with the same employer for at least 6 years, so that was impressive to me. Judge, I had an opportunity to talk about the court's order. We talked about testing, counseling, and treatment. We talked about community service. We talked about paying money. We talked about the court's ability to amend the contract, to change the order. I'm sorry, to change the order. He understands that. We talked about the fact that this is a dismissible case, and when he completes this program, case can be dismissed. He's excited about that. Judge, he doesn't have a valid driver's license at this time. We talked about looking into that.
Okay.
Judge, he is eligible to participate in drug treatment court pursuant to Michigan law. Again, was respectful, courteous, and listened to my old story, so I respect that. And I am recommending him for participation in drug treatment court. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Well, Mr. Owens, if you want the help and you want the assistance that we have available to provide to you, we want you in our program. Do I have your commitment to work the program?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. You will be assigned a case manager who will help you to walk through and to work it. And as you know, while you're with us, you can't consume alcohol, any kind of alcohol. In addition, you are not allowed to utilize marijuana or hookah or eat poppy seeds. I'm giving you some of the stories I've heard. And so
I don't do any of that, Your Honor.
all right. I'm going through
Smoke
some.
cigarettes, I don't smoke weed.
Look at
I
you.
was occasionally having a beer night and a couple of drinks.
All right. And so you already winning then, Mr. Owens. You already winning. All
You
right.
gotta take ownership. The older you get, you learn.
That's the only way you're gonna learn is to take ownership. You're
Take ownership,
absolutely
and I'm
right.
taking ownership.
All
Bad
right.
decision making.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, listen, while you are with us, the wonderful thing about the program, we don't just look at what brought you to us. We will explore other underlying things that may exist, some things you're familiar with, some things you may not even know have existed. And so we're going to help you with those things. Maybe you've had some goals that you've wanted to achieve and you've not been able to do it. We want to be able to help you with those things. So this is not just a court of let's just punish everybody, because that's not what we're doing. We are a problem-solving court. So we want to solve problems. We want to confront issues and things of that nature. And so I hope that you will embrace that concept. Will you do that for me?
Yes, and I'm glad you brought up goal. I had a goal to go see my father. I hadn't saw in years. And now I gotta go through this program. So I got a prolong going to visit him. He just turned 77.
Okay, who told you you had to prolong it? We don't want to do no assumptions in this program.
No. Let me rephrase. Me getting this program, my decision making was getting bad. So I had to get better. I gotta make better decisions, Judge Holmes.
And I applaud you for wanting to do that, but this is where I'm going. You're talking about visiting your father. I want you to have some conversation with Mr. Yancey, because there's nothing that's going to hold you up from visiting your father other than you. So have some conversation, okay, with your case manager. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I need you to do that. Okay. All right. Very good. Mr. Owens, last few questions. You had an opportunity to go in a breakout room and speak with an attorney. Are you satisfied that the attorney answered all of your questions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. And so did you have any additional questions for me or for the team?
If I have any, I'll call Mr. Yancey.
All right, very good. All right, very good. Then with that, if nothing else, I'm welcoming you into our specialty court program. I look forward to working with you. Starting off, you're gonna see me quite a bit while we get you stabilized and figure out some things and get your clinical assessments and all of those good things. And then we'll taper off as far as depending on what the assessments come back as. And so I'm excited to work with you. And if you don't have any other questions, Mr. Yancey, what would be the next date for Mr. Owens?
Your Honor, we would have Mr. Owens come back on August 22nd of this year at 8:35.
August 22nd. And he can do it by way of Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Owens? They'll give you a little card and everything.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you for your Zoom number. Thank you.
All right, very good. They're gonna give you a card, so you'll have all of this information, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Thank you for your patience this morning.
And thank you
All
for
right.
being encouraging, and being patient with me.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Listen, I don't know if Mr. Yancey wants to see you, or if I can release you. Mr. Yancey, can I release?
If he
Mr.
needs,
Owens?
if he needs to go to work, you can release him. I can contact him by phone.
Okay, does that work for you, Mr. Owens?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. You are free to go. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, are we ready on, you need to call Mr. Williams for Mr. Puryear, and so I can get an update on Mr. Hicks. Okay, give me just a second.
Good morning, person on the device 2CL20XE. What is your name?
Brandon Caldwell.
Okay, Mr. Caldwell, one moment.
Hey, Mr. Caldwell, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see you. I don't know why I can't click on to see.
Well, we had a phone to phone anyway. So I'll call you after court if that works out for you.
Yeah, because I had a lot to tell you, whatever, man. They ended up firing me from my job after I had the last court date with you, whatever, because I was actually new and whatever. So I ended up getting me another job, whatever. I actually supposed to start today, but I forgot I had a phone.
Oh, okay, that's spectacular. Did you already miss the start date for today?
I was actually supposed to start today real quick, whatever. But then once I was so busy this weekend, I had family photos I had to do yesterday, whatever. And I actually thought about I was supposed to start today, but I left her a message yesterday.
Okay, I should be able to call you hopefully in a half an hour if that works out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, I'll call you in half an hour.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ms. Mack, can we call the remainder of the docket while we're waiting on Mr. Williams?
Yes, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, are you all on to give me dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. I'm gonna go down to the 10:35 docket. I have the following. For Latasha Bennett, SX 202-73681, SP 7918741, case number 14058166601, and case number 20GC 01282 for Latasha Bennett.
Yes, Your Honor. We're gonna have Mr. Griffin's gonna have Mr. Bennett come back on August 22nd at 8:35.
All right, very good. I have for Brandon Caldwell, Z 8057351.
Yes, Your Honor. I was just talking to him, unfortunately, over this Zoom. But we're gonna have him come back on August 15th at 8:35.
Thank you. I have for Ricardo Munoz Gariana, 0906-713-401.
Yes, I talked to him this morning. He's doing great. He's phase 3. I'm gonna have him come back on August 22nd at 8:35.
All right, very good. For Brandon Smith, 200-559-5001.
Yes, and Mr. Smith, talk to him. We're gonna have him come back on August 22nd at 8:35.
Great. I have for Lakeisha Anderson, 201-29277.
Yes, Your Honor. According to Mr. Griffin, we're gonna have her come back August 29th at 8:35 a.m.
The 29th. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. All right. That is everyone on the docket. Except for Mr. Puryear and Mr. Hicks. Were you able to get Mr. Williams?
I did reach out to him by email, not by phone.
All right.
I'm
If
sure
we're not-
he's coming on though.
Okay. Okay, very good. All right. Okay, I'm listening up.
Okay.
Mr. Hicks
Thank you.
said he's going to be zooming in about a minute.
Thank you, Mr. Maslin, if you're still there.
Yes, Mr. Williams. I think I said Mr. Hicks, but it's Mr. Williams. See you soon, Mr. Maslin. Thank you.
Hey.
All right. Let's start with Mr. Hicks. Mr. Williams, are you able to update us on Mr. Hicks?
Currently, right now, we got Mr. Hicks, a part of the outpatient program here. He's doing shared living, and I haven't had not one issue out of Mr. Hicks so far. He's getting to know his counselor, so we're doing a lot of reassessing and figuring out where he's at currently. But I have absolutely nothing negative to say about Mr. Hicks. He has been no issue. He handles his business. From what I've heard, he's been handling his medical information. I'm looking to get some information from him regarding that to get more inner details. But as for any substance use, no positives. He's actually been in the building quite a bit too, so he's not just ripping and running and going all over the place. And he's doing well. And he did what we asked him to do, the outpatient. I have nothing negative regarding Mr. Hicks right now.
Yay.
All right, wonderful. That is great. Miss I can't even get it right. Miss
That's all right.
Cleveland.
So excited.
I know. What will be the return to court date for Mr. Hicks?
Your Honor, he's doing very well. I just wanted to ask Mr. Williams too, because I know he's doing the community service there. So we're just trying to maintain that that part of it, that piece, if he can get some in, because Mr. Hicks does have fees and costs that he still has not paid. But I know the judge was going to allow him to offset some of that with community service. So I know he's on a roll with that. Also, I think you also spoke of you're in the process of helping him find senior living, which is good. That was the most important thing that I wanted the judge to know.
Yeah, that's a long-term goal that we have right now. If Mr. Hicks continues to just do what he got to do, we'll start with, of course, with the court's approval, start looking to see either transfer him to the Fairfield location where they got a little bit more of that apartment type of vibe over there, or we're actually opening up some of our homes and making kind of own individual rooms in there. And we expect that to be, we're expected to have up to 8 spots coming in before, I believe, October. Due to finding senior living for him, I expect, from my experience, it's gonna be a little bit of time. So I think just getting him stable and finding somewhere where at least he can feel like it's, you know, kind of not necessarily exactly what it's like over here, might be able to lower his excitement and maybe just have him be okay with the process of finding him a good spot to go, not just finding anywhere in rush because we want senior living, you know? So we want to do it right for him. So if he keeps it up, I'll present to the court and see if you guys are comfortable with him staying at one of the homes or at Fairfield. So I guess the ball is all in Mr. Hicks' hands right now.
Yes.
Right. Keep us up to date. I'm so excited about this progress. I didn't know what you were gonna come on and say. I was ready for you though, Mr. Williams. I was ready.
Mr. Hicks is doing great. No issues whatsoever.
All right, very good. Miss, did you give the date for Mr. Hicks return to court?
No, Your Honor. I just wanted to also update the court that he has a tentative graduation, which is the last day for him to be a part of the court because of the max out time would be in December 1st, 2022. So that would be his maximum time with our program. His next court date, I would like to have a face-to-face, if it's okay, Your Honor, just to get good information on him, on August 25th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
Okay, very good.
He is phase 3, Your Honor.
All right, let's keep working it. Listen, these things can turn around.
Yes.
These things can turn around, and I'm happy about it. All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Hang tight. I need Mr. Puryear. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. I need Mr. Puryear to come to the podium. Mr. Morgan, do we have a go as to Ms. Light?
We do, Judge. I just gotta run a lien on her. I'm running that now. I do see that she has a pending case here at 36. You guys probably discussed that a little bit already.
No, what's pending at 36?
Assault case.
Oh, that's.
Oh, I thought that was a felony. No.
It has not been bond over yet. It's still here. Really don't know what's going on with that case yet, but nevertheless, it wouldn't preclude her from coming into our mental health court. I just wanted to let the court know that she does have a pending assault case. Also, she has that hearing on the 10th. That'll be a violation hearing for that assault case because she's currently on probation for the drinking and driving matters that she was terminated from our program for. And also, I see that they ordered a tether for her when she was in court on the 5th. So she has a personal bond, tether, no drugs or alcohol. So I'm just kind of thinking that we probably need to put her on your docket, Judge, for maybe Thursday. And that way we'll see what happened on Wednesday. She's going to have a tether. And I guess maybe piggyback off their order, Judge. You could just order the tether also, so she'll be on tether for both of us. And then we could get her processed for mental health court. But I'm thinking she probably need to come to the court and to see us physically in court on Thursday. And the only reason I say that is because we need to tighten up from a paperwork standpoint. We haven't defendants, we could talk about that later, but she needs to come and get all her intake paperwork done, sign her contract, see you, let's get her in the program appropriately, and then we could go from there. It looks like she has about 12 months remaining. So I think she's good from a jurisdictional standpoint. So after looking at everything, it looked like she's going to be eligible for our mental health court.
All right, so here's what I'd like to do. Miss Mack, I am going to also give her a $500 personal bond, but put on there with a Wayne County tether, because they've already ordered a tether. And I'm going to place her return to court date for Thursday, Mr. Morgan, as you requested, Thursday, August the 11th.
And Judge, I'm just asking that when she comes on the 11th, she can complete her paperwork. If she does not have her tether, she has to go back to Wayne County Jail and be patient till they put the tether on us. on her. I hate to do it like that, Judge, but I'm just looking at some of our cases and it's like, we haven't completed the proper paperwork to get them. Usually that's what we did. We get the tether, and then once they get that tether, we can put them into whatever treatment, or they could go home or whatever. We just have a lot to do with Ms. Light, and I just don't want to rush her and get her.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that she come back on Thursday, do all her intake paperwork, and then she'll probably have to go back. Usually what I do is call my tether friends over there and say, hey, I got Ms. Light over there. Can you put her up on the top of the list? And they usually do it for us.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm just requesting, that she come back Thursday, get all her intake paperwork, go back, and then once she's tethered, then wherever she's allowed to be released, Judge, under your orders, is where she needs to go.
Okay. And so, Mr. Morgan, I want to make sure we're on the same page. She's not going to be able to leave that jail without a tether. So you're saying if she comes back Thursday on Zoom is what you're saying, right?
No, I want her physically to be brought over Thursday.
Right, but if she doesn't have a tether, oh, you're saying brought over for her to be assessed and to be processed. Got it. So Ms. Mack, I need to change. It's going to still be the August the 11th, but I need her to be physically brought to 36th District Court. Okay.
To complete her intake.
Right. And so her bond, though, that's where I messed up. Her bond is going to have to be set at 10,000 cash as surety, because otherwise she'll just be able to walk away. Or do I need to do that? Let me hear from defense attorneys. Let's say they get her tether on her today. Can we trust her to go to her mom's house and walk into the courthouse on Thursday? Uh-oh, Mr. Fikens, you're muted.
Thank you, Judge. I believe we can, although I mean, I acknowledge she's my client. I hope that Dominique has taken this as certainly a wake-up call, but a wake-up life to get going on life. And you know, she has challenges, but Judge, I would, even if they're allowed to, if they get the tether on, which is a big kind of if, so that's why I'd ask this court to take that chance with Miss Light, because I don't want to interfere with that ability to get her tethered, or that somehow if we delay it till Thursday, Wayne County is not even going to start to tether until after she comes back Thursday.
Right.
So
right.
If this court could take that risk.
Okay,
and,
I will. And Mr. Fikens, I'm making the record clear. If I take this risk and she does not do what she's supposed to do, she will be sitting in that Wayne County jail, and I will get to her. It'll be after my birthday. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. It'll be after my birthday. My birthday is at the end of October. It'll be after my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Yes, ma'am. All right. All right. So Miss Mack, I'm gonna change one more time.
One more thing, Judge.
Before I do that, wait, let me hear from Mr. Morgan. What do you have, Mr. Morgan?
No objections to what Mr. Fikens said. We're all about getting our people into treatment and
yes.
I just want to make sure she has a court date on the 10th. So I don't know if she could get out before the 10th.
I don't know.
Might not, but that's
so
it will be because we're holding her up. So
I have personal bonds on all of my other cases.
Okay.
With tether though. Okay. So
yes, with tether also. So
okay.
All right.
So no objections. I just don't want to say, okay, let's get her out, and then they're holding her for the violation hearing on the 10th.
Right.
So basically, I agree with Mr. Fikens. If we can get her tether, she has to walk in Thursday morning to complete her intake and everything.
All right, very good. So Miss Mack, I promise this is the last time I'm changing it. I am going to do a personal bond, a $500 personal bond. Please indicate with Wayne County tether, and you can put in parentheses as ordered by Third Circuit Court. Put that in parentheses so they're not thinking I'm ordering something extra. And then she's to physically report to 36th District Court, and that's going to be on Thursday, August the 11th. And Ms. Light, I need you here at 8:35 a.m. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. You said that's August the 11th?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
Thursday.
And you
I
said
hope
at
that you're able
8:30.
to get out so you can do what you need to do,
I
okay?
do too. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for giving me another chance. I appreciate all y'all, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, because I want to. I need to.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
helping
Do it
me.
for you. Do it
So,
for you.
and I'm doing it for me.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
And I
Thank you.
appreciate you. That's all I wanted to tell you. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you for your patience this morning. Mr. Morgan, thank you for troubleshooting this morning. I appreciate you. Ms. Walker, thank you. And Ms. Light, I'll see you on Thursday.
I'll see you on Thursday.
All right. Take care. Thank you, Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed. All right.
Thank y'all.
Let's do it. Let's go to per year. Our last case of the morning, Mr. Per year. Let's do it. I have the following for Mr. Per year. I have case number 21085 CDA. Mr. Per year, state your full name for me in that microphone, please, sir.
Per year.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Per year. All right. Somebody tell me, Mr. Williams, I'm gonna need to get you in a little more light. I need to understand what's going on. What's going on?
All right, so Ms. Yancey, do you want to go or you want me to go ahead?
I'll start so we'll know how we got you involved. I believe on August 4th, I was informed that Mr. Puryear left Lake Ridge. It appeared that he just came off restriction. Went somewhere, came back on August 3rd. It appeared that he was under the influence of a substance. They wanted him to screen, and he did not. He wanted to leave. He did stay overnight, but left the next day. So if any of that's incorrect, Mr. Williams will state that. Mr. Puryear did call me, and he did tell me that he left Lake Ridge. I told him to come in on August 5th. He called me on August 5th, told me he was sick and he was at the hospital at Henry Ford Hospital. I told him to bring in the proof that he was in the hospital and that he absolutely had to come in today, which is August 8th. And we did screen him today.
Did you get results back for today?
I did, Your Honor. He had a positive ETG.
Oh, so he's positive today?
A positive ETG, yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Yes.
Mr. Williams, tell me what's going, first of all, okay, no, Mr. Williams, go ahead.
Pretty much spot on what Mr. Yancey is saying. I was contacted by the security who was under belief that he was under influence of alcohol. And from what I gathered from them it was just pretty much a denial of wanting to take the test and statements of wanting to pack up and leave. Numerous staff members, including security and myself, this was past work hours too, attempted to talk Mr. Puryear out of it, especially myself, because out of a lot of the staff, me having such a close relationship with the court, I'm aware of some of the procedures that would have occurred. And I tried to explain to him that you are doing nothing but prolonging this process. What may happen, you may or may not get sent to jail, and they're either going to send you back here or they're going to send you to another provider. And you're going to go, and it's just a revolving wheel doing the same thing if you pack up and leave. We could deal with the relapse, but if you pack up and leave, it's going to make things worse. And I went out my way to make sure that that message was given to him.
And that was an accurate message. Yes, sir.
From my experience dealing with the court, I knew what was going to happen, and I tried to explain that to him. Then a last ditch effort, I have a staff member who she's working on becoming a counselor, but she's one of the receptionists here that oftentimes is pretty good with talking to guys. It was a last ditch effort. I asked her, try and see if maybe we could talk him to stay the night. She was able to do that. He stayed the night, which she said he's good. And then what happened, I come back in the morning, I was told that he packed up and left. So he probably left about 5 o'clock in the morning. Staff get here about 6 o'clock a.m. So he packed up and left. And, it just, I try to have this conversation with Mr. Perrier. You're literally shooting yourself in the foot, and you're doing nothing but you're just prolonging the situation. So part of me, Mr. Perrier knows my flow. What I always talk about in groups too is the mental health side of it. It's clearly some type of, I understand addiction and the cravings and the urges, but for you to, I think he's aware of what was going to occur, where you're going to go on a run and look behind your back. That's stressful. Or you're going to end up getting picked up because a warrant is out for you. And now you got to spend a weekend or a day in jail. So you knew the outcome, and yet you still made a decision. If that's not mental health, I don't know what is then. So I try to get him to understand it. And, I'm just concerned about decision making, to make such a decision like this, knowing what the outcome was going to end up being. So that's pretty much that's all I got to say about that regarding this situation, Judge.
Can I get some dates around when he came back? He was released and came back under the influence at Lake Ridge. What date was that?
Let me see here. Let me go to my UBS.
I believe, and Mr. Williams, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he came back August 3rd, because I believe he was off restriction, so he could leave and come back within a certain amount of time.
He was placed on restriction. I remember because the first moment he came in, the next day, 2 days later, ended up drinking. And that's when he was put on that restriction, and he was off on the 24th. Now, the 24th is when he got off. And then I think, Brother Yancey, you are correct with August 3rd. Let me see to get mine.
And so he's not been back to your facility since when he stayed overnight, August 3rd, and left on August 4th. He's not been back.
No.
So 4 days. Okay.
Yeah, so the day, yep. And August 3rd. Yeah, that's correct, because it was going towards the weekend. Yep. 2, 3. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Who went in the breakout room with Mr. Perrier?
I did, Judge.
All right, Mr. Fiken.
Yes. I think I didn't know about the positive test today, but I do think that Mr. Perrier needs to understand the consequences that when he takes actions, because I think he understands that those actions didn't help him too much. It brought him here, and now he's facing problems, and so he hasn't thought that out properly, and it sounds like Mr. Williams has confirmed that. I do think, Judge, however, that he needs to be reassessed at this time, especially in light of the positive test today that I don't know how that relates to when he drank last. I don't know that. We didn't talk about it because I didn't think that was an issue at the time. But I do think that the problem is more serious than Mr. Perrier thinks it is. He just can't get up and walk away from a facility, whether he placed himself there or whether he was court ordered to place himself there. The facility exists for him to get better, not for him to walk away from. And that's what we talked about, Judge. I think he understands that. I think he needs to be reassessed, though, if there's any underlying problems or any overlays that Mr. Williams may have suggested, and I would take it from there at this point.
All right, thank you. Mr. Puryear, what would you like to say to the court on this morning?
I apologize for my behavior. Sorry, Mr. Williams, no disrespect. Or Mr. Yancey, I just feel a little frustrated, made some bad decisions.
Yeah.
And yes, I did get a little sick. I did go to the hospital. I have my paperwork.
Yeah, I
I have
understand. I'm
paperwork
glad
from
you
Mr.
better.
Yancey.
I'm glad you better, but here's where
I
I
thought
am.
I had COVID.
Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't have COVID. But Mr. Puryear, you were ordered to go to Lake Ridge. You were ordered to work their program. When you're there working the program, you have to follow their instructions. Their instruction was when you came back to the facility that you were to test. You failed to test. You refused to test. We can't make you test, but you refused. That's going to count against you. In addition, you left that facility without the court's approval, and you've been gone. And sir, you were ordered to be in treatment. And then today, sir, you're here today and you're testing positive for alcohol, and you know that you cannot use alcohol. Alcohol from the 3rd or the 4th is not gonna still be in your system on the 8th. So.
Yes, I realize I have a problem, Your Honor.
And I'm going to get you reassessed, but here's the thing, and Mr. Williams, you said it, and I hate when I become predictable. I do. When people fall off or they relapse, I can help them. That's what we're here for. If you could do it by yourself, you wouldn't be here. But then just not going back to the facility and not following the directives of the facility to test, that's the part that I'm sending you to the Wayne County Jail for today. Not because you drank, but because you left that facility without the court's permission. And well, first you came back and you refused to test because we could have helped you then. And then secondly, you left without the court's permission and you've been gone. And so for that, sir, I am sending you to the Wayne County Jail. I'm only going to send you for 2 days. And then when you come back, we're going to get you reassessed and all that good stuff. But that's what I'm not sending you to jail for drinking, because that's what we're here for. That's our assignment. But that's what we're supposed to work on. But when you just will not follow the court's directives, no, sir, that'll land you at the Wayne County Jail. Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I thought it was okay for me to leave because I put myself there.
No.
I didn't get put in there for court.
No. But sir, part of my order is that you were to remain in treatment. And also to follow the directives of the facility, of the program, which one of their directives was you needed to test. You had to test when you came back apparently under the influence. Also, one of my court orders was not to drink. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm sending you to the Wayne County Jail. I'm going to bring you back on Wednesday, August the 10th, 2022. We will have him dressed out and all of his things brought to 36th District Court. He's to appear in person at 36th District Court. And then we will get you reassessed and all of those good things. Is there any reason I should mark your file medical, Mr. Puryear?
Yes, I need my blood pressure pills, I need a Lake Bridge.
Okay.
Medication.
All right, so let's mark his file medical. Let's mark it medical, Miss Mack, and make sure you let them know, officer, when they're picking him up, that he needs his blood pressure medication, okay? Because we want to make sure you treat it well. All right? All right, very good. So, Mr. Puryear, we're going to talk again on Wednesday, okay? And it'll be Wednesday in the afternoon. Well, not afternoon, I'm sorry. It'll be Wednesday. Let's put him on for Wednesday at 10:30, at 10:30.
Judge, if I could, and I'm not gonna prolong your guys' process, I know how busy you guys over there.
No,
If I
that's
could just
okay.
say something to Mr. Puryear.
Yes.
Puryear, this is what I was trying to tell you when we were on that phone. That day I tried to tell you, do not make this decision. And now you gotta spend 2 days in jail and they're gonna have to reassess you. And we don't know if you're gonna get sent back over here to Lake Ridge, if you gotta go to inpatient. Now is once again, we're restarting. And that's what I was trying to tell you to avoid. And this is why you cannot drink, because when you were drinking, you did not make a sound, logical decision. You made a decision out of emotion, which is why I always keep saying mental health. Now, I pray while you're in there that you're going to have some time to reflect. And the judge is being, you 2 days in jail. This could, you're blessed with a judge that is this kind, truth be told, because you really blatantly violated a court order. Had it been another judge, and I'm sure the court, I see them nodding, you could have looked at a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. Send them back to the regular presiding judge and let that judge have him. And it could be a whole other types of worse. Now, I hope while you're in there right now, that you take the time to reflect and understand that you cannot drink. Look what happens. 2 days in jail now. Who wants to do that? When all we could have done was dealt with whatever, and I was talking to you on my off time. So it's deeper than just I'm there from 9 to 5 and I'm gone. I was talking to you on an off day trying to help you out. Please identify what is going on within yourself, whether it's grief, whether it's trauma, whether it's whatever is going on that's causing you to drink, and then negative happens. Mm-hmm. You have my contact. It's in the court's hands now to get reassessed. I would love to, if I could put this out there, if he has to go to treatment, of course, inpatient, but once he does transitional, if he could try once again, if that's something, Mr. Puryear, you want to do. I didn't have an issue while you was here. You were always very respectful, but you end up drinking. You didn't even make it 2 days at Lake Ridge without drinking. That's not it. That's a problem. And you got all this court stuff over your head. So the writing's on the wall that it's clear that a mental health problem is occurring. And then there's obvious a substance use problem. So please take this time in those 2 days to reflect and come up with a plan so the court doesn't have to make a plan for you. And that's just pretty much, Ms. Puryear, you're a good guy, and I've grown very fond of you. You're very kind. And none of the guys over here had a problem with you until you started drinking. And then another side of you came out.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. And I hope that you've listened and you're taking that in, Mr. Puryear. And so, Mr. Yancey, make a note that part of his assessment on Wednesday has to include a mental health assessment.
Yes, Your Honor.
SUD and mental health. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Puryear, where are you going?
No, ma'am, I was taking him to you said he was going to the jail. I thought you were through, Your Honor.
Oh, no. I am just about, he scared me because I was about to say, don't make me come through this screen and catch you. I got those abilities. All right. Very good. All right, officer, thank you. If nothing else for Mr. Puryear, I'll see him on August 10th, which is Wednesday, and his file will be marked medical. Thank you, Mr. Williams, for dialing back in. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you on Wednesday. All right, everybody.
Thanks, Mr. Williams.
All right, team. I believe that is everyone that's on the docket. However, this is Problem Solving Court, and y'all know what happens with Problem Solving Court. We are available all day to solve problems. We have a docket on Tuesday. On top of the tether. Okay, then Miss Mack, those documents are good for Miss Light. Thank you for that explanation. I forgot about that.
No problem, Judge. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
All right. And so if nothing else, I do need to determine when we need to do our staffing for today for our Veterans Treatment Court on tomorrow, as well as our regular docket. And so let's see, Tuesday, yes, we have some veterans, and then I have some other stuff that's not related. Yes. So what time do you all want to staff for Veterans Treatment Court?
I didn't say anything, Judge. What, sooner or later, Mr. Yancey?
Probably 1:30, because I'm the only one here for Veterans Court.
Oh, you're the only one in?
For Veterans Court, yes, Your Honor. So I need a little time to look at it.
All right. All right, Mr. Yancey, take the time that you need. Let's all be on standby and we'll go from there, Mr. Yancey, as to a time, okay?
That sounds great. We'll do it today. I just need a minute.
All right, very good.
and a potato chip.
Yeah, I'm about to eat some lunch too. I'm trying to be better to myself, Mr. Yancey. Thank you for reminding me. All right, team. So be on standby. Thank you all. Great morning.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Miss Fields.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. We don't need you at the 1:30. That's a closed meeting.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.